had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. Jason, Ellis. Moose Knuckle. Red the Dragon. Night Ranger. Canada. Uncircumcised. Philanthropy. Stupid stuff. Supercross. Hey. Nipple. Machete. Fashion. A scintillating bloodbath. A hellacious fury. Evil. Cannabis. Interesting things. Awesome. Radio. Tigers, elephants, orangutans, lions, bears. They'll make you stare. Dragons, salamanders, fish in the sea. Know what I mean? Jason Ellis. Fuck you. Michael Tully. I'm not very sexy. Andrew Bruce. Absolutely. Kevin Kraft. Don't worry, we got the bases covered. And Will Pendarvis. Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis. Live from Hollywood. Awesome blown up. This is the Jason Ellis Show.
Hey. Hello. Welcome to the thing. I think it's because of the thing where they changed the clock thing or whatever, but I've got restless sleeps. And then I'm not sure if it's legal. I think it's legal to admit that I'm on human growth hormones. And my eyebrow hairs are growing like viciously, and I don't know, eyebrow trimmer. I got like a different way to trim it, and now it's like an actual haircut. I believe I could be one of those guys that could be a professor if I live to a ripe age. And that's the other thing I noticed. Stem cells make old people live a long time. Not just fix your limbs, Michael.
Is that so?
Yes.
You know
Guess who told me?
Who's that?
Mel Gibson on the Joe Rogan podcast. I now watch the Joe Rogan show. I've given in. Yeah. I mean, I won't watch a show, but I watch snippets and things like that, and I'm like, man, you can inject stem cell intravenously. It's not like you can have it. It just goes into your bloodstream, and it doesn't. It will mend. It doesn't regrow like the miracle thing that everyone thinks, but it will apparently Mel Gibson's dad is like 92 or some shit, and his whole system. I'm like, 92, you bastard! First of all, because you made it that far. But they're like giving him all this stem cell shit, and because his kidneys are failing, his lungs, his heart, everything. He's 90, his shit's failing, everything. And apparently this shit is stimulating all of it and giving him years on the planet. Stem cell.
I still don't quite understand exactly what they are, but...
Oh, well, that was... See, like I just said, Michael, snippets. If I had done the entire Joe Rogan podcast, then I'd probably be able to tell you exactly what it did, but Mel Gibson's actually pretty boring. It was weird.
Well...
Maybe it was just because Joe was only wanting to talk to him about stem cell, but... Man, I was like, oh, God, do you like hearing yourself? Because I don't.
Maybe you can...
And I love Mel.
Maybe you can... Was he definitely, was he trying to be charming? I'm assuming he wouldn't do...
Except for, stuff.
Like, I always feel like with podcasts, I guess this is how I'm still a little racist against podcasts, that I think there are people who go on, The Tonight Show or whatever, and they're so fucking famous that it's not even really a big deal to them anymore. But they're like, I'm on The Tonight Show, I have to try to be charming and entertaining, But then I feel like we're still at the point where even if a podcast is reaching more people than The Tonight Show, a guest doesn't feel obliged to do it, because that's just what you do when you're big and famous. So I assume if somebody's like when James Hetfield's on Rogan or Mel Gibson, I'm like, wow, he must want to be there. Otherwise, I don't think he would do it, because this isn't part of the traditional media tour of being a huge celebrity.
Right, because I don't think it was Mel was saying check out my new movie or anything either. I think he was just there to talk about stem cell, because he had a stem cell doctor with him. He brought to meet Joe, and it was breaking down the stem cell. Look, I'm just about cheating death, man. I got bells go off when I hear people pulling off that, because if anyone's going to get bit by it, it's me. So my ears perked up and I listened. For the first time, I was completely sunken into Mel Gibson. But I remember thinking, as a guy that has to interview people, sometimes celebrities, he was a scorcher of a. You weren't going to steer him. You know what? I shouldn't say that because I didn't. I'm sure it went for hours. I only watched a few minutes, but
I think he was on for a good while.
Okay, well, so I don't know where they went exactly, but it didn't seem like you wouldn't want to steer him. I feel like he's going to tell you where it's going to go the whole time.
I would imagine,
but I could be wrong.
I just wonder if like if he's a boring person to be around, or if he just couldn't be bothered to be entertaining that day.
Well, the other thing was it was only 7 minutes of him talking about stem cell. How exciting can you talk about stem cell? But it just I got a feeling of what kind of person he is, and he seemed like it'd be hard to be entirely you. Yeah. Just walk in, dude. You made this thing.
What's up, buddy?
How are you, mate?
How are you?
Good to see you. Someone's like, he's in the building. I'm like, what do you mean he's in the building? In the building?
Yeah.
Tony Hawk.
I'm here. What's up?
I was like, you got to tell that dude if he's in the building, just come over and say hello. I got nothing.
It's nice. I get the free pass. Just walk in, barge in on a show.
Yeah.
You do that at any show here.
Oh well, thank you.
Yeah. No. We. Just
I wouldn't want to on a new show, but I like being here.
We gave you permission to walk in on everybody's show that does a show here.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you go in and someone's like, "What the fuck?" Be like, "Hey, Ellis."
Ellis.
Ellis.
It
was mainly Tully there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Cool. How
are
you?
you? I'm excellent.
Awesome. I've mostly been doing my show from here because it's easier to get guests.
Yeah.
I figured that out after 14 years.
Wow, that took a while because I really like Encinitas.
It's so hard to get people to go down.
I really like skateboarding. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave it up because I knew that if you didn't.
Well, the funny thing is now that we're talk only.
Okay, right. Oh, okay, because you're not.
I can't just do my show from my office with like John Dale. Do you know what I mean?
Why?
We can, but we don't. We're used to the format of talking for a few minutes, playing some music,
so
taking
now you
phone
just
calls.
Talk.
Just talk, yeah.
For an hour.
Yeah.
No break.
No break.
Right. So, well, I don't know, man.
So I know your job's hard now.
As opposed to it wasn't before. Yeah. That's awesome. But so now you have to take way more. You're doing way more radio. I don't know. I feel like that's better. No,
it's fun. I'm outwardly looking for guests, so that's what I've been. Anytime I meet anyone connected to people or come over, like I actually went. My stepson Miles is working on the Sony lot. He's doing an internship right now.
No way.
And he's like, "Hey, the Silicon Valley guys are shooting next door. I think I saw a sign." And I was like, "What?" So the next time he came up, I brought him up, and then went stalking Silicon Valley set.
Wait, you went?
I went, yeah.
And you just cruised around. And
yeah,
you were like,
I snuck into the Silicon Valley set
to book people on the Tony Hawk show.
Well,
and what else?
Thomas Middleditch, star of the show, just left the studio.
Man, I'm slack.
Got people that are booking though. I see your schedule.
I've never gone to a.
You need to go stock the lots.
But I'm like the opposite of that. I've been on the lot and not asked the guy that like.
Oh no, that's always my like. If I get any kind of connection, I'm like, hey, you want to come do my show sometime? It's only worked. It's worked a few times.
No, I never do it. I got to start doing. But I'm super antisocial now, so I don't even see anybody.
Oh, well, that doesn't work.
No, I know. But I've got Andrew and Kevin, so they book people. So I usually.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta like I'm.
But you're just showing me
I'm
hard
just flying
right
by
there.
the seat of my pants here.
You kid.
Oh yeah.
Like you scammed a thing.
No, I did it. Yeah. Yeah, Kamal's gonna do it too.
Who?
Kamal,
Kamal Nanjiani.
Who?
Yeah.
Silicon Valley and also.
Silicon Valley and the Big Sick.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because they were both there, so I was like, "Hey, you guys want to do my show?" And then I was weird because I was emailing both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, "Well, I really would rather have you guys come one at a time so I can get 2 shows out of it." Oh. So I had to split up the email.
And they're okay with that.
No, it's cool. Yeah.
Wow.
It's cool. It's good to see you though.
Do you where were you the other day? You in some country with some little girl skateboarding? What was that one? I feel like you traveled somewhere recently where you in Africa again?
I was not, but I put out something maybe of Lizzie in India.
Was it? Yeah, like little girl, like little and skates, right?
Yeah, that was Lizzie Armanto. I just saw this video of her and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" So I put it out there.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome too.
Yeah. I was in Oz though recently. I was at Bondi.
Yeah,
Again.
And man, every time I see that, I'm like, there's all new people now. Here's one.
Well, I'm in the old guy division. So.
I'm aware of the old guy division. That's where I would be. But I had some girls over at my house the other day, and all the girls there I know, and then there was a friend of a friend who's some chick who's younger, like a couple of years younger, like down to me. Like
right.
someone that's not even on my I want to see you naked list because you're like 23 or something and you're making me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, so the girls tell me you used to be a pro skateboarder. And I'm just, I'm pretty tired. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like hanging out in the corner, just being, and I'm like, yeah. A long time ago though, and they're like, she's like, oh, do you know so and so and so and so? And I'm like, no, I don't really know anybody anymore. I only kind of know older or like the really big guys. You know what I mean? Like, and she's, oh, these guys are the best, and I'm like, are they? Because I'm out, but I know who fucking everyone who's good is. You know what I mean? I'm not completely clueless. And she's like, yeah, they have a TV show, and you must hang out with them. And I'm just like, oh, I'm like cornered in this thing of like, I don't know who these, and I'm like, do they do Go-Go commercials or something? She's like, no. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to be nice because I don't want to insult her, but I'm like, it's almost like I don't care anymore. Like I'm really out. Like I only like a couple of the older guys, and then I can't.
Did you ever get the names or remember who they were?
I think they were brothers, and they had a WB show. They had like a TV show or something. This chick was just going on about all their accolades, and I'm like, looking at my wife, going, "Fucking come on, come over here!" Like I fucking got out of skateboarding like 10 years ago. Now I'm getting bombarded by this chick who pulled me back into the WB TV twin brother go-get. No, they were. I don't know. Two brothers, and they're both like really good. And I don't. I'm like, so I'm only know like the really good pros. Oh, these are really good pros. I'm like a pro, and they have a TV show. I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know. And she was looking at me like, you might be lying that you were ever a skateboarder. In the first place.
Well, there's also the whole advent of like, there's the advent of like, well, he's a YouTube star. He's a skater. I'm like, he probably is popular on YouTube and you see him skating sometimes, but that doesn't mean he's a pro skater or successful at skating.
Right, but you can't. I feel like when you say that,
then you just sound like a curmudgeon.
Right,
yeah. You're just a stick in the mud, like you know what's going on.
Which I've always been passionate about being that person, but in my older years, I try to dodge it, especially when it's not on the radio. Yeah. I'm like, oh, they sound great, it's like, I'm like, man. I fucking hate skateboarding. I saw a skateboarder yesterday in Venice skate park, some black kid who can fucking skate straight, looks like he can't ride a skateboard for fucking anything, and was doing...
Oh, I saw that video.
Everything!
I saw that video.
In the bowl!
He did the wall plant, like,
thing.
Yeah,
and rolled into the bowl, did like
insane.
Fucking lip slide around the whole thing.
No. He nollied into the bowl.
Right, but then he did
I saw
lip slide out, lip slide in.
I'm glad you saw that too, yeah.
I'm like, this dude
was sick.
Has no idea. He doesn't stand right.
He doesn't. Yeah.
But he did a fucking tray flip on the bank that looked like he was like the king.
Yes.
And then flew out of a vert bowl that I have had really hard times in. I was really good at vert. This dude was like did like a lean air in there. That was
almost like he cruised by the park just to check it out for a little bit and then went on his way to whatever he does with his life.
Yeah, like he dressed like he didn't skate.
Yeah.
The grip tape looked like he didn't like skateboarding.
That's so funny. You saw that guy.
It's got to be like how, like there's kids on YouTube that can play guitar way faster than like Eddie Van Halen ever could, and that's just like one of their after school activities. Like people just get better. People just get better at stuff.
Who knows?
Tony, you probably haven't seen it, but I know what he's talking about because I'll follow a couple of ones on Instagram where it's like licks, and they'll get a video of some guy jamming out a bass riff, and I'll be like, "Whoa, that guy's shredding!" And then every now and then it'll be some YouTube kid on a chair who's like, and I'm like, I'm not good enough. I think that's impossible. I'm pretty sure I've never seen anyone do that. Who is this?
You're better than everybody who was in guitar magazines when I was
Yeah. And he's just like some weird...
just some random dude.
Mom, like I'm in a sandwich. I'm like, what the... I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know. It's a new world.
But you see that, I feel like in the skateboard thing, because the Bowlerama and all this shit where I see you go in... You've got, you got a couple of new moves, but your new moves suck compared to your old moves.
Well, here's the thing.
Your straight bangers are your straight bangers. That's the one.
Here's the thing. I like I skate vert. That's where I'm comfortable. That's where my timing is. That's where I'm still learning new tricks. Anything less than vert is just a compromise in me trying to do basic stuff that I take for granted on vert, and I fully accept that. I guess the strange thing is that, like in the case of Bondi, I get a free family trip to go there. The tourism board pays my way and pays me to enter the event if I'll do tourism stuff, which is like cool exclusive shit I get to do with my kids. Yeah, like
Australia.
We went to the sand dunes outside Newcastle.
Yeah.
We got to climb the tower.
Yeah.
Just us, because they want the photo op.
Yeah.
Like, this is like unbelievable.
Australia has you out, not the fucking Bowl-orama.
Destination New South Wales.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah,
Now
it's
that's even bigger than the Willy Wonka card.
Oh no, it's the
you have
coolest
now
thing.
trumped.
So every year there's a paid vacation, and sometimes we take like 5-6 kids.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And then I just have to do the Bowl-orama. So like you're
like
right.
Doing
Yeah,
it though,
I'm not doing anything new. I'm trying. Like I'm doing my best in that scenario.
You like being there, right? It's fun.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't really like skating concrete that much these days.
Okay.
And
that
shit. Size of a bowl,
it's a little sketchy.
it's pretty small, but at the same time, I've gotten used to it. I know what I'm capable of, and it facilitates a vacation.
Okay. So how do you feel about... Because the thing I noticed in there is there's a couple of guys where I'm like, that's better. You got better. There's a couple of things where people are doing.
Sure.
I'm like, I don't know who you are. That's
Kids have gotten
That's way better than
insane.
what everybody's doing.
Oh, hell yeah. No, I'm not in that division.
No,
I'm
I know.
the old guy division.
No,
but the skating keeps getting better in the other divisions. And they keep moving our age up. So, like, last year it was 46. And then, like, next year it'll be 47. I don't know. It's just to keep Bucky out.
Moving it?
It's to keep Bucky out of our division.
No, it isn't.
I swear it is.
Wait.
Oh, shit. I gotta go.
Oh, fuck. Wait, the age goes up?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, because isn't he better than the young kids still?
Yeah. But and I feel like Bucky wouldn't have, he wouldn't cruise it and be like, oh, I guess I'm in the old guy now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they just cut the age off. So they're like, Bucky's not old enough yet.
Man.
Because we're all almost 50 in that division.
Yes, so. He needs to get a drug addiction or something. Somebody's got to stop that guy.
So good.
Yeah.
Did you ever think of flying helicopters? I say this for a very specific reason. I just drove down to San Diego, and I know you do that quite a bit for this and other things.
I'm not balling that hard.
What do you mean? Bob's got one. You're balling. Oh, that's right. You got ex-wives.
No, I'm not really interested.
Wait, Bob's got an ex-wife and a helicopter.
Yeah, he's got a couple, but
you just need to be quicker to get to LA. That's all I'm
not interested in flying myself, and I'm not interested in not really. No. That's a big expense.
Stuff. Yeah.
What about...
And my expenses really are more business associated, not, childcare associated, so...
No, I know. What about those things where it's going to be and it flies it and you don't have to do nothing?
I'll do that, sure.
Yeah, the Uber helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, there he is.
All right.
Tony Hawk.
Hey, thanks. Good to see you guys.
The Jason L Show booking the big guest. Tony Hawk coming to Los Angeles strictly to talk to me. Say hello to your wife, dude. I love you guys. You're awesome.
Thank you. See you guys.
On his way to a commissary somewhere to find some more guests for a show.
I know, what the fuck? He's so much more hardcore than me. I would go anywhere to do that. I was thinking of actually going somewhere this weekend. Well, it wasn't really going to get me a guest, but I was kind of going to go out on a limb. I was thinking about going to that. I don't have the kids this weekend. And I was thinking about going to Edmonton, Alberta.
You should.
And going to that ice rink. And I was like, how much fun would I have at that ice rink by myself? Because Katie's like, I'm not going.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I would like it personally. Like 2 days alone in a mall is pretty good for me.
Yeah.
For me, and then beyond that, I think it would start getting kind of. I tell my wife I don't want to go on my way out, but I want to go.
Somebody told me that they would smoke a fat sack of weed with me.
Yeah, I believe that.
Right.
I definitely believe that. You got that to look forward to.
Right, so I got that, and then I got ice skating and a fat sack of weed in the Burts. So I'm thinking about it, and then I talked to Ben Glebe last night about it, and he was like, can you come Friday? And I was like, no. He's like, oh, so you just, because it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so you just be doing the Saturday? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, what can you do? And I'm like, I don't know. It was not really the point, you know? I was just going to go, like, I'm not coming for you to lean on me. And he's like, everything's pretty booked out. He's like, you could just come up for a little bit if you want. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's fucking perfect, dude. For a little bit. And then it's like I said, I did something. Mm-hmm. I went and did something. And then I also went to the Birds. I really want to go also because everyone always tells me how big the show is up there. And I'm like, well, I don't fucking know because I've never been there.
I know, and we're planning on getting the show up there at some point. I believe that conversation is still going on. I know a comic actually asked me if I would go and do shows with them in Edmonton in a couple months. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but that's what's in it for me, too.
Because the show, right? People listen to the show up there.
Yeah, I want to meet these people,
right.
And I want to hang out. And after Ben yesterday, I actually really want to hang out at the mall.
I know. The ice rink... Especially if I don't have anybody around, because if you ice rink with kids and my wife, it would just be annoying. Because I know every time I've ever gone to the ice rink in the last 10 years, I'm a clothesline. You know what I mean? All I do is I just hold up children.
Yeah.
And then every now and then they'll be like, I'm okay, and then they go, no, I'm not, and then I'm like, fuck. And it's a back-breaking exercise for me. I just remembered. I don't think I've ice skated since I was a kid, but I've been ice skating when I used to live in Santa Monica. I took Devon every year, and it was just constant laps of you just hold their hands and they hold your wrist and you do the weird like you're a fucking robot thing.
Yeah, I was ice skating like that in Burbank like a month ago. My thing is that now my dude he wants to go by himself, and then he goes a little faster, and then he falls, and then he hurts himself a little bit. And then he never wants to ice skate again for the rest of his life, and it takes about 3 minutes to calm down from that. And then we start holding, the hand again, and then he doesn't want to hold the hand, and then he goes a little faster, and then he goes a little faster, and we just do that for about 90 minutes.
Right. Yeah, I think I'd actually be in the clear now. They're of an age now where they'd probably be like fuck off, which is just in time because I don't think my back could do another hour of supporting. But I see some Edmonton people. 3 people are calling me for encouragement. Maybe I will. Steve, you're there?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any sacks, fat sacks, or?
Yeah, how fat are your sacks?
All right, because I'm.
I can't ice skate for shit, and I'm from Canada, so I'll come follow and ice with you.
Yeah. I'm kind of like a Canadian that could ice skate. Maybe he could carry me around like I'm an infant, because I'm gonna get.
230 pounds. I could probably manage to carry you around.
There you go. That sounds like a vacation, being carried by a 230-pound man at the Alberta Mall. Fuck yeah.
He is a fat
Sorry,
sack.
Edmonton. That's harsh. Thanks, dude. Yeah, maybe
I didn't want to say it, but it was right there.
Yeah, he's okay with it. There's 4 people. There's people say this there. Wait, you're going to be in Edmonton. We will drive 5 hours. Wait, I'll take that call. Corey, 5 hours.
Yeah, man, it's 5 hours to Edmonton from where I live. We drive there all the time.
Where do you? What's the name of your town?
It's called Grand Prairie, Alberta.
Oh, Grand Prairie.
Sounds big.
Capital or some shit.
Oh wow. Excuse me then. So, and do you go to the mall there?
I don't go to the mall because I go to Edmonton a lot, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, second biggest mall in the world, hooray.
Is it for tourists?
No, like when I first was in Edmonton, it was great, but
Now you're used to it?
everything after a while. But if you drive to Alberta, I'm sure we can find 4 or 5 fat stacks because I'm like 280 as well. I'm a little up there.
All right.
So wait, he needs to drive to you?
Oh, hey, what's going on here? I got a bunch of fat, stoned Canadians that are looking to hang out with me in a parking lot, and I'm down.
Yeah.
Big circle of chunky guys in a big smoke bellowing out of the circle in the corner.
What's the weather like this weekend in
Oh yeah.
Edmonton?
Oh, but what about could I
Or
get
if you drive 5 hours to Alberta?
could I get stuck and not come back? Because it's winter, right?
We're on the tail end of winter. I guess winter's going to be over in a week.
Yeah.
Technically, that means different things in different places. In LA, it means it'll probably stop drizzling. In Canada, it probably means it'll stop snowing in 2 months.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's the next. Hey, Jeff, you're in Edmonton. What is the temperature there right now?
It is
+5.
Are we talking Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Celsius.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Wait, you're saying? Is he saying it's 5 degrees?
It's 45 degrees, America.
Oh, that's fucking cold as shit.
It's chilly.
Yeah.
You have all the chunky Canadians.
Wait. Oh, so wait. Everyone there's fat to stay
You
warm.
can huddle like penguins.
Wait, does that mean that I'll look like a really fit person to all you guys?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, I'll probably get chicks then, right?
No, mad pussy.
Mad Albertian pussy. I don't think I've had any.
No?
Are you coming? I just go on days off, and I will go to Edmonton, and I will see you.
I mean, you'll see me in a friendly way, right? Like, we'll hang out friendly.
Yeah, we'll hang out friendly.
All right. You got a deep voice. It sounded intimidating for a second. All right. Well, then, yeah, maybe I'll go.
Well, better.
All right, thank you. I'll tell you. I'm gonna. I won't do it to Surrey, but I mean, I'll get in the break. I'll buy a ticket. There you go. Go.
Cool.
Go to Canada.
It sounds like fun.
You think?
It's St. Patrick's Day this weekend, for whatever that's worth.
Oh, cool. Because I love drinking.
I don't think that LA or Alberta or Edmonton rather are any better or worse for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I would just not be going to the cities that specialize in St. Patrick's Day if I were you.
Right. But
You got to either embrace
is
that
Edmonton?
and head on. I don't think so.
Right.
No,
Look, dude, the mall's the mall, and I want to go.
Yeah. I want to go to the mall.
I want to go ice skating.
Yeah. Well, then it sounds like it's.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
All right.
All right.
The big news of the day, obviously, is that the world's most famous scientist has passed
Oh
away.
yeah. Yep, that dude died.
Stephen Hawking is dead at 76.
Yeah.
I never did understand what he did exactly.
He said smart ass shit.
I know, but I never understood any of it.
Oh, well, that's because you're a moron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a moron too. I don't know what he said. What did he fucked a lot of chicks and he's a cripple?
Yeah. And he was the leading voice of the scientific community for like his entire adult life.
Because he
I don't know. People
figured
have
out something, right?
Science is at a point where if you're really going to do something incredible, it's something that I can't understand.
Oh.
Because they've already done the understandable stuff.
Well, he did it a lot, right?
I guess.
Well, good for him. Kevin, do you know what he did?
I think he just came up with a bunch of theories.
Well, yes, I know that. I'm saying I don't know what those theories are.
No.
Right.
I know his gigantic brain contributed heavily to the scientific community.
Mhm.
I'm just too dumb.
That's what I'm saying. I know everybody is talking about him. Like Einstein died like 100 years ago, and I don't understand the theory of relativity or E equals MC squared. At least I can name those two. At least he had a couple of hits I can name.
I do think that it's sad that we all don't know what he did, and that we hold other things in higher regard than him, things that aren't even real. He was a real man.
He was.
He really did
All
some
man.
stuff.
I think he was supposed to die at like 25.
Yep.
So he lived 51 years past when he was supposed to die.
Yeah, because he probably knows sweet ass scientists, but they were giving him stem cell stuff like Mel Gibson's dad was getting. Mind you, Mel Gibson also looks jacked, and
no doubt.
and that's why I'm going, baby. I'm going down the stem cell road. I am going there.
So you got eyebrows from HGH?
I think so. I don't know. It's like my hair grows longer now, faster. It seems like my beard grows faster. It seems like my hair on my hands grows faster. I don't know what's going on when it comes to that. But I feel like my eyebrows is the thing because it's maybe not so much now because I haven't trained for a long time. But usually when I fight, I kind of keep my chin down and I look through my eyebrows, and I've always trimmed them a little bit because I could see it would annoy me that I could see hair instead of my opponent.
Yeah, you've mentioned that, right?
So I would trim them so they wouldn't be anywhere near it. And now I don't know. It just seems like I don't know. Maybe the days are going by faster because I'll look in the mirror and be like, "What the fuck is that one?" There's like a long one. I'm like, "Wait, there's another one." And then this morning I found a bunch of new ones. I felt like. Or, I don't know. That's what I felt like. I felt like my hair's going faster. So, I got an appointment finally with this new person. I've had this like back and forth shit for the last 2 weeks because I got to see some specialist, and they don't take insurance because they're real good, Michael. And they also don't take fucking phone calls, it seems.
They must be very good.
Yeah, they're the best. So, finally they figure out that... because my other doctor was like, hey, this guy, like, what's your deal? And then they finally got back to me and they were rushing me in tomorrow to figure out what all is to, because it's the last piece of the puzzle. And as a guy that is, my hip is starting to loosen up a little bit. My back doesn't ache as much. I don't put my hands on my fucking knees when I sit down anymore. I really want to get back in the gym, but I really want to also make sure that I've got full go ahead that everything's going to be okay because I don't want to get sick again. even with the I'm going to get MRIs and all this and go to Dallas and get this stem cell shit. Even after that, I don't. Someone said to me the other day, well, like, would you fight again? And I'm like, I don't know. Even if they fixed everything and I never felt better, I don't know if I want to give it up. You know, I had a really good run. I do remember a lot of it, not all of it, but I do remember using my body a lot. And I don't know if I want to, you know, get all that stuff put in me to make it work again and then do the same thing again with my body. As much fun as it was, I just don't. I really feel like I would. If I can get it to work again, I feel like I'd just be like, okay, that'll do. I'm not abusing it anymore because I feel like the pain is coming. You know, like you can stem cell me all you want. It's coming. It's going to come for me. It's going to be worse for me than it's going to be for you guys. That's just a fact. So if they do get the pain to go away, I don't know if I would be like, let's do some jumps and make that come faster. Because man, I don't know if you could. I keep thinking about that hip thing. If they kept going and it got worse and worse, I'd be like, man, I'd be a drunk or something. You know, like I'd be a.
Yeah, I understand. You don't stack the blocks up again just to knock them over again.
Yeah, like I'd be like, and then I've been watching what's his name? God, he's bad for me. But the Christopher Hitchens guy that died from cancer or something, and it was just all against religion. You know, he did a lot of stuff besides that. He was annoying to a lot of people. I didn't know that he made a thing about he didn't think that females needed comedy, so therefore they weren't as usually as known to be funny as men, because they don't. For them to be funny is men are already attracted to you. You don't need that. Like, and it was sort of taken in a weird way, and it was in Vanity Fair where there's people of today. Because I look at these videos of this guy, and he wasn't on my radar when he was alive, so it's almost like he was from a time where I wasn't around, even though it's in color. I mean, we're talking 9/11. He's talking about 9/11, and every time he brings it up, it surprises me because I think he's from before that even happened.
Oh no.
Because I just wasn't aware of him existing. And then that he was against women, and then him explaining what his theory, what he really meant, and how stupid they are for attacking him, and pointing it out in such a, he's very sarcastic, very witty, but he's also he gets under your skin. He does it on purpose, so he's not like innocent. He's I never knew him to be, when you attack somebody for religion, people dying, he just seemed justified to me. But when you attack women for not being funny, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't agree to that. And then I hear that I agreed to his theory of it, but not the first initial. When I heard they were saying that he didn't think women were funny, and I'm like, I don't agree with that. But then when I heard him saying, no, women don't, they never, like, as society has existed,
right?
Women
we make ourselves attractive. If you assume that everything that we do as adults is to try to make ourselves attractive to potential production mates, that women would have less of a need for that, biologically speaking.
Right, and when he brought that up, and he also said, like, obviously there's plenty of comedians out there that are females that are funny. I didn't say that, and that was, and then I did agree with everything he said, but at the very end of it, he was, he put some sort of little thing on the end of it before he took a sip of his whiskey, where he was, and that, take that up your ass, those three celebrity comedians. Mm-hmm. So he was a kind of a prick, but he also, in another interview I saw that he drank all the time.
He was pretty boozy.
Like, all the time. We're talking about, he was saying a particular kind of whiskey that he drinks with Perrier that he puts in there, no ice, that's always a bad idea, and then that he follows it with wine at lunch. That meant that the whiskey that he was talking about was before lunch.
Yeah, and he drank alcoholic.
And then when you're talking about a guy that's like 8 o'clock at night on a stand, fucking just smoking fools, verbally smoking the fuck out of anybody that came across him, and to know that he was shit hammered half the time, or all the time, I'm like, who is this guy? I did not know. And it made me think that he died, because he really had it in for Muslims. This morning when I watched it, I was like, I wonder if somebody actually poisoned him. Because he did die really young, and it was really sudden.
Was it? I don't know.
Well, I don't know the full thing either, but just from watching interviews, it was like a normal guy, and then all of a sudden he was a guy with no hair.
Oh, I see.
Because he did the chemo thing, and then he was, thanks for having me, I'm gone. And I also think, I wonder if now, because I feel like this science has evolved so much more, even from when he passed away that there's like a better fight. I mean, this fucking stem cell shit. I don't know. Does Mel Gibson's 92-year-old father, is he going to live till he's 100, even though he was going to die last year from all the scientific shit that you can do now?
There are still very many people in the world who are dying and will die despite the fact that exists. So I don't know if it's going to be a cure-all, first of all, if it's going to be a cure-all, and then if it's how fully developed it is, and if it's fully developed, how widespread it is, because there's certainly plenty of people who are suffering, and if there was a magic pill, would be happy to take it.
What kind of cancer did he have?
Let's see.
Christopher Hitchens. But anyway, he's very fun on YouTube if you are an atheist. If you're not an atheist, then he is going to boil your blood.
Yeah.
But I just don't think there's anybody out there that speaks up like he does. Everybody else can talk about how great their religion is, but I don't remember, or maybe it's just when other people do it, they just sound like they're pissed. This guy had like a really good argument to all of it, and that how it was causing fucking war everywhere, and that there's no need for it, any of it.
Yes.
And people get pissed at him, but he
Yeah.
still did it in a way where he did it in a polite way, in a roundabout. He's an amazing man in my eyes. Anyway, I would actually think about get that, like a portrait of him tattooed on me.
Oh wow, okay.
He was like really speaking to me.
Oh, I should check him out. You feel very strongly about him. I just think more and more, I hear so much about, well, you can't say this nowadays because people will say blah 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 online, but you and I still occupy a space right here, right now, where I can say pretty much anything I feel like saying, and whether or not it's irrational, or whether or not I even agree with it as it's coming out of my mouth, or whether I'm going to change my mind about it a week from now. And I guess we're just not in the crosshairs where, Joy Behar had to apologize because.
Man, I sent that to you guys. I saw that this morning. I'm like, you got to be joking me.
What's that?
That she should apologize
for saying that. See, I totally understand why she, quote unquote, has to apologize for saying that our vice president, he's insane if he believes that God or Jesus speaks directly to him.
Yeah.
There's millions and millions of people who believe that they have a personal relationship with Jesus, and I don't know that that's any more insane than lots of other kinds of people who we also respect their right to feel the way that they feel about their thing.
I'm not saying it's illegal to think that you have a personal relationship with God. I'm just saying you shouldn't get in trouble for voicing your opinion that you think it's ridiculous.
Right, and I agree with that, and that's why I'm saying, like, I still feel like you and I live in a space where we don't live in Joy Behar world.
No.
We would just...
We wouldn't be on the radio.
No, exactly. I was going to say we'd spend all of our time apologizing, but we wouldn't, and I just kind of can't be bothered anymore. Like, I'm happy to discuss the... I don't know if Sirius comes and talks to me someday. I mean, that would be a first. But if they came and talked to me and wanted to say, "Hey, look, man, you're really living on the edge," yeah, I like having a job. I guess I'd start censoring myself, but I don't really expect that to happen. I'm happy to have a conversation about. Let's just take the example you used of Christopher Hitchens. I have met way more funny men than funny women in my life, and most of the women that I met who were, I feel like it's a cliche even among women that they'll say. You go, oh, you're really cool for like a hot chick, and the joke in movies is like, oh, I was a tomboy, I was an ugly girl.
Yeah.
That was an accepted theory for why women would have great personalities, is because they couldn't coast on their looks.
You and I have discussed that several times.
Exactly. And look, I also think that you'll hear many people say that women have tons and tons of untapped personality and stuff like that because of the way society works. Men are encouraged to act out and be loud and over the top and draw attention to themselves. Women are groomed to be something different. So when I say that I have met personally a lot less funny women than funny men, I am included in that statement is I've met tons of funny women, just more men than women, and I completely believe, and I'm about to start raising a daughter, and it's the only conversation I've had about raising my daughter with my wife, is I think this is a really cool time to raise girls, because I think there's never been a time to be a young girl in the world, because the world is just really opening its eyes to gender equality and stuff like that. So if you were to tell me that that 25 years from now 9 of the top 10 comedians in the world are females, I'd absolutely believe that that's true, because the world is changing. We are going to find out if men are inherently funnier than women, right now the proof seems to speak to men being funnier than women. I'm open to the possibility that's nurture, not nature.
Right, but what you said took a long time to come out of your mouth, because you can't just say
Right.
Men are funnier than women.
Right.
You have to put the other 15 minutes on the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes women and men won't let you get that other 15 minutes in, because you have already offended them and now they're on the verbal attack anyway.
And because it probably will get boiled down to a one sentence headline. There's the Trump thing going around that Trump wants, Space Force. Well, we got the Navy, we got the Air Force, maybe one day we'll have the Space Force. And so now let's make a meme of Donald Trump wearing a Darth Vader helmet. Do you know what? It's not fucking crazy. You know who else is thinking about making space militaries? Every other fucking major country in the world. I think China has already openly said we're gonna fucking dominate military space shit. It's not crazy that he said that if you fucking take a second to read it rather than just going, oh, President Trump wants space army. Okay, let's start fucking, where's my picture of dark helmet so I can tweet about this? But nobody cares about more than one sentence. They just want to get the thing they can tee off on.
Yeah. I saw a guy that he told Alexa to make his car change colors and it changed colors, so it's not all bad, Michael.
Oh, really?
He said, Alexa, make it blue. Alexa, make it purple. And then he said, Alexa, make it red. And it fucking did 3 colors.
On the outside?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, right?
Oh, that's cool.
It fucking blew my mind. And also, did you know that Rich and Spot are gay?
No, I spoke to them this morning.
Yeah, they have a gay baby. They're gay lovers.
That's really weird, because they sucked my dick, but really straight leg.
Yeah, I was fucking blown away.
Nah, I had no idea.
Yeah, they walked past me in the parking lot with the stroller and the baby bag and the Rich has a baby and Spot has the baby bag and the stroller, and they look like fucking the gay couple, like he's the bigger guy with the beard, so
yeah.
And
he does the dad shit. So wait, does Rich have a baby that he brought to work today or something?
Yeah, I think so. I was going into the parking lot in my car, so I didn't get to talk to him. I just drove by and I was like, hey, motherfuckers! And they were like, hey.
That show was the 3 Men and a Baby?
Yeah, that's what it fucking looked like.
No shit, because I don't know where the baby was this morning. Maybe it was taking a nap. I saw those guys. I ducked in here to grab something out of the studio when they were in here, and I had a conversation with them, and I didn't see an infant. They're very bad parents.
Wow, I don't know. It's maybe someone else's baby and they just stole it.
Maybe get a lot.
That'll
of
be
money
a good show.
A lot of money for a healthy baby. I know that my hormone things that I took for my castration level testosterone a few months ago are still working, because I have the meanest back knee I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
I got deep ones.
Man, my chick would be pumped on you. I lost mine.
They're unpoppable. They're just
you're no fun.
I just scratch them off and then it's some ugly scab.
Ew.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Man, that means you need to do more steroids. No, you should get checked.
I'm supposed to. I've just been lazy about going back.
Yeah, I'm scared of dying, so I gotta go. Jason, what's up?
Yeah, so Banner, whatever that chick's name is from The View,
Mm-hmm.
she wasn't forced to backstep what she said about Trump. She backed what Oprah said when she said, I'll run for president if God tells me to run for president. And everybody gave her shit for making fun of him. That's why she had to come out and say, I'm sorry.
Oh, so that's way more direct, right? So it's okay. And fucking, I made that point the fucking day that Oprah said that. To Oprah's, are you gonna run for president, Oprah? She said, well, Jesus hasn't told me to do that yet. And
Yeah.
nobody fucking said boo about it.
No, we thought that was stupid.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
We said that, right? But it's when the crazy white Christian guy talks to Jesus, that's bad. But when the cool, soulful, hip black lady talks to Jesus, that's just part of her zazz.
Oh. Yeah, because
You're exactly right. They take these one-liners from the fucking news and they just blow them up, and ignorant people that doesn't want to do any type of fucking research goes up, look at this, and starts pointing fucking fingers.
Thanks, dude.
But I interviewed a guy for my show this morning. His name's Chris Frangiola, and he's a touring comic, and he was just saying he's constantly out in real America, and he's just realized that Twitter is, to pick one example, it's barely even on the radar. You could still meet people that you could say, well, I saw on Twitter, and I'd be like, what's a Twitter? And that the vast majority of people are not drinking the Kool-Aid on either side. This whole argument that we think is well, the crazy right people and the crazy left people, it really is just a couple thousand loudmouths getting a lot of attention. The vast majority of Americans do understand that shit's a little bit more. Do say, yeah, man, Trump's really cool because of this, but fuck that. I mean, everybody knows that shit's fucking crazy. Like, very few people are just, the American flag people on Twitter don't represent like a lot of real people.
Oh well, I don't know. I mean, this channel has that on here.
Yeah.
So it's not just on Twitter. I mean,
oh no.
There's a goddamn Twitter account on this fucking channel.
I agree. There's millions of people playing that game. I just think that there's a lot more people not playing that game than we realize.
Yeah, I like to know that. I mean, when I think about that to be a fact, that makes me feel better about stuff. Because, yeah, I tried to tell somebody yesterday to get out of there. Like, I'm like, I know where you are right now. You gotta trust me. Get out. And it was just like, no way. No, you're insane. I'm like, all right. I'm not. I said, I tried to recommend. That's it. Steve, welcome to the Jason Ellis Show. Steve.
Hey, how you doing? I love conversations like this because, one, I'm a free speech purist. But, no, I think the biggest problem is people they're hearing what they want to hear and they're not actually listening to what's being said. And, if you say you see more men that are funny than women, now all of a sudden you're a sexist. I mean, the conversations that are having with gun control. If you say I want guns registered, now you want to take away all my guns, or I want illegal aliens, controlled. Oh, you hate immigrants. It's a lot of different conversations that people are hearing what they want to hear, and they're using little tidbits for their arguments, and it's getting ridiculous and out of hand.
Steve, I want to send you a T-shirt.
I know, right? Steve is the man.
I gotta go buy a T-shirt, and then I'll send it to you.
Steve, stay on hold. Tully's got to go to the store. He's going to get you a T-shirt from Target.
Quality Gildan.
Should we just buy like some plain white tees from Target and send them out to people? Just send them undershirts, even though Jim.
Like a 6-pack. So
Fuck yeah, Jim. Welcome to the show.
Hey, well, I got out of the social media thing a while back. I watch the news about 5 minutes a day, and that pretty well covers it. What I was going to comment on, which is kind of past already, but you were talking about you're growing hair out of your hands in places that you didn't, that it wasn't growing before. But that's called getting old. It starts growing out your nose in places that it never grew before.
No T-shirt for you, Jim.
You can buy your own Hanes.
That's right. I don't
break my stride.
Right? Fucking trip the camel over in full stride. Uncalled for. Sharts and Crafts is on the phone. So that's important.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Sharts.
Jason, since you're reading now, and you're a Hitchens fan, I'm a huge Hitchens fan also. Check out his book. It's God is Not Great, and that'll lead you into a whole bunch of different really good books with atheists and like Sam Harris and all those guys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's awesome. It helped me not only like open my mind to different views and shit, but it also helped me with the debate with my extremely religious family and how to go about towing the line with those people.
Yeah. Well, family is a different story. I would not know how to handle that. But I mean, if it's family, I would just stay out of it. Is what I would do. There's no point, because it's like we just said. People have their perspective of everything. So if it's family, or really, the only point of arguing, I mean, if you're debating or something on a show, otherwise, I'm not trying to piss. If my family was religious, I'm not trying to piss them off by explaining to them why I'm an atheist. I'll just be like, don't worry about it. You guys are cool.
I agree, but the problem is when they disown you and don't talk for many years.
Oh shit.
I have my daughter, and now they want back in my family. So anytime I'm in the house or anything like that, they want to, kind of slowly push different kind of religious stuff, or they want to push religion on my daughter. And I'm like, well, let's calm down with that. And then when they want to get into the debate, I'm not going to back down because they decided they didn't want to be in my family or part of my family for 2 or 3 years. I'm not going to back down to people who are being assholes, regardless if it's my parents or my sister or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's a different story entirely, man, and I'm really sorry to hear that, because there's one of those things where, having some religion in your family might be good, but that sounds like an instance where it's going horribly wrong. Like you're their kids, and your kids. That doesn't make any sense. If you don't want to be religious, then why can't you just love the person anyway? It doesn't make any sense at all to me.
Sharts, if I can call you that.
Mr. Crafts.
why do you think, and I'm not in your family, so you may have a really good answer to this, but like, why is it easier to engage and get into an argument that obviously nobody can possibly win than to just consistently say, you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, we're not going to change each other's minds, and I'm not going to raise my daughter that way, let's just move on to another subject?
So, okay, it makes sense to do it, to be like that, and I've tried that, but the consistent pressure from my family and things like that, being pushed down and being forced to just shut up and color for all my life and everything like that, anytime I spoke up, I was, like, shut up, you're an idiot, go over there and shut up and color, where, once I became an adult and once I'm not going to back down from them, so if they want to tell me that I'm an immoral, piece of shit who's going to hell because I don't believe in those fairy tales, I'm not going to back down from
I get it, dude. I don't know why you would hang. It's very, very sad to me because it sounds like trying to make you choose God or or them. So that's very, very sad because it's obvious you got to choose your child. If you want to live your life your way, then you go ahead and do that. I don't know why the conversation has to come up ever again. So, and it sounds like you've tried to live it. You do yours and they do theirs, but they don't want to do it that way. So I wouldn't be a part of it because it sounds like an argument every time you see them.
Right, and I don't disagree with that, but at the same time, it's hard to. I don't want to keep my daughter away from my folks. You know what I mean? Like, we may have our disagreements, but I don't want to. I don't want to be that kid that keeps, because of our differences, their grandkid away from them.
Of course.
All right, well, good luck, man. Sound stuff. I would say. 855 Ellis 41. Hello, Anthony.
What up, Ellis?
Hey, man.
Hey, I got one for you. Hell, I'm basically what Christians would call a pagan. I believe in the God, not in a God. And my daughters have been going to Baptist church since they were little. One of my daughters, I got twin girls, and they're both Baptist. My one daughter's getting ready to go to an all-Baptist college. So you can have two different religions in a house easily.
Yeah.
Maybe in your house, not necessarily in everybody's house.
Well, not in everybody's house. It takes a certain type of person. I'm one of them type of people, I'm not going to force what I believe on anybody because I believe what I believe because of my life, what I've been through in my life, what I've seen in my life. My children have not seen the horrors and stuff that I've seen. So if they want to believe in a God and they think that's going to make them a better person, I'm all for it.
I think it's great that you can have a strong feeling against the traditional religion and still embrace your daughter's, feeling differently. Because that's the thing with the people who argue against atheism. I haven't seen Hitchens and I haven't, heard what Sharts and Crafts has to say to his family and stuff. But I will say that I lean atheist, I guess. But most of my friends who are hardcore atheists, it always seems like it comes from a place of anger.
Yeah. It's very obvious. I've noticed that with my wife. It was very obvious at one point that there was some part of it. I've had the same thing.
Yeah.
I was pissed at that. It was easy to be an atheist because I was angry, which meant that I did believe in him because I was angry at somebody like they existed.
So to me, you just sound like the mirror image of the person who's just convinced in their guts that God and Jesus are real, so they build up all these arguments to support their gut conviction. Well, now the atheist has the gut conviction, and they've built up all of their arguments, and it's more logs for the fire of the argument. It's not even really. It's very much like political conversation. None of it's actually intended to win arguments. It's just one more thing I can yell at you.
See, that's why I like that Hitchens guy.
It's more like just getting emotions out. When you start talking about politics, it's more of an emotional thing. It's how people feel inside. That's an emotion.
But that's how everything gets these days because everybody says too much. No one ever wants to solve the problem. It's only everybody wants their emotions to be heard.
That's right. But these are the two. That's why that's always been the cliche is, don't discuss politics or religion in just like polite company over dinner or whatever. You can talk about it with your buddy. Yeah. Where you have that relationship, but if you're I've made that mistake where I'm out to dinner with somebody and I just made some comment about George W. Bush and it's just like oh right, I said that to the wrong guy. I shouldn't have said that. It's just we should have just kept talking about the salmon.
Right. Yeah, thanks, dude. Look, I don't. everybody live your life. If my kids want to be religious, I'm not gonna tell them not to be. You know, it's crazy. I'm not gonna like, hey, Dad, I'm Jewish. I'll be like, wow, can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad, I'm doing the. I'm like, well, okay, man. If it's, I mean, why? I guess I would ask why. You know what I mean? What is the real reasons? If there's any sort of career move, I would definitely recommend you don't do it. But if you're like, no, because he's God, Dad, because he's, you know what I mean, the real God, I would look at him and square in the eye and be like, fucking with me. And if he's not fucking with me, well, then go for it, dude. I don't see anything wrong with it. Unless it's like, God told me to kill you, then I'm not different.
I think as a parent, and frankly, things do change, and I will be out of touch with my kids, and they're different people than we are. They have different experiences, like that last caller said, and they're also just born as different individuals than we are. I would like to think as a parent, I'll always have my finger on the pulse of whether or not they're on like a healthy path for them or an unhealthy path for them.
Yeah. And
I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's because they got super into knitting or super into religion or super into global jihad. Well, I guess there's no good way to get into that, but you know what I mean. If this is why we need to go firebomb an abortion clinic. Well, God's got nothing to do with this.
No, that's people.
You just got some screws loose.
Yeah.
And that's the way it's playing out. If I can tell that your motivation for being into religion is coming from a place of love, well then fucking have at it. It's about that simple. Anything you get into, if it's coming from a place of love, cool. If it's because I think that you've really lost something along the way and you got too into smoking weed or too into Jesus or whatever, well, I don't think you're going to listen to what I have to say, but I probably will have something to say about that.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not going to say any more about it. Since the whatever else comes out is not researched enough.
Yeah.
So, Will be here, right? Oh! Alright, so that'll be cool after this.
Olympics? Oh, Paralympics.
Did you want me to check the closet for him? I'm trying to remember. Andrew brought him back. The last time I remember... Okay, so I was saying, the last time I remember seeing him, I think we brought him to the hotel for the holiday show.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, don't worry about it. How you doing?
Hey. Give me a ticket to fucking shit. To Edmonton, Alberta. Yeah. I just think it'd be good to see all people that listen to the show if there really is a lot of people there. That's what they're saying. And I got fat sacks. They're promising me fat sacks. Alright. Yeah, just for the day. Sunday morning. Leave Saturday morning. I don't know what time time is Ben Gleep's comedy thing that night?
Let me check. Looks like they start at 7:30.
7:30 and 9:30.
Yeah, and then Friday there's a 7:30 to 9:45, and then a 7 and then 9:30 on Saturday.
Hey. What? Okay. Shit. Can you get her a phone? Yeah.
Do you want to stick with doing Due to My Insane for the next break?
Sure.
So when you connect,
Yeah.
you're supposed to. Okay, you're on passive mode. He's on talent. That's right. And that's right. Let me check yours. Oh, is your, where is it doing it? On the software or on the?
It's doing it here. I mean, so I'll be typing, like, so he'll pick up all people's stack, he'll pick up one of those lines, I'm typing in a new line, and it jumps me to the line he just picked up.
Oh.
So as I'm typing, I'm
That is-
typing over people's names and,
Maybe someone's on, maybe his is not on passive.
No, his needs to be on talent mode.
Even if he's not using the, software.
I've had that happen in the past.
yeah, it hasn't happened for a while, and also in the last week or so, it's been happening.
If we rebooted and just.
Okay, so just go through the
Yeah.
restart, just put the software up again? Okay.
Man.
Okay.
Tiger got punched in the dick today.
What does the software say?
first day back after being suspended for
Colin?
all three of them punching each other in the dick in the library.
Uh-huh.
PE today, one of the kids punched Tiger in the dick, and he went and told the teacher.
So he's not in trouble for that.
He's not in trouble, but there's fucking
Dick punching.
people are punching each other in the fucking genitals, causing mass hysteria.
So the call screener software is rebooting right now.
So fuck, we can't do that.
I mean,
Fuck.
Why don't we do it in the last hour and just flip it and do the guess the sex move thing?
Okay.
okay. I mean that's gonna be a shorter.
That's
That's
it.
fine. I got tons of news.
Okay.
Sorry, and I'll just give you a second. Are you going?
All right. I'll be in when you start the rejoin.
Yeah, take your time. I got stuff.
Okay. Oh God! This is a spider.
Oh, fuck! I was just about to say, wow, there's lots of doggies in the news, and
you didn't tell me that you
going to tell you that
that I should hit doggy news.
Holy shit! I was literally going to say the phrase doggy news.
I thought something worse was happening.
No.
Yeah, I see why you were startled for a second to know that we might not hit that button, Michael. So yeah, no. Well, good point. You definitely needed to freak out and have a fucking hemorrhage because I hadn't hit doggy.
Jason, I wish I had happier doggy news for you.
Oh no! Now I know what the news is.
It's all bad news. Well, did you know all three of them?
Oh no! I only know one. I saw a photo. It was a French bulldog that somebody put in the overhead and killed it.
Yes.
Like I can't believe. Is this United?
Yes.
Like, is that not the end of United Airlines? Like, dude, it's like one of those dogs that people get that. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of those. You kill that dog. That you're dead. That's a human to that person.
To the 7-year-old?
I mean, I just want to know how anybody in the plane didn't say you can't do that. How could anybody in the plane not say you can't put a French bulldog in the overhead carry? You can't.
So I think the flight attendant is saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was a dog. I thought it was a normal bag." But there's statements from a teary-eyed 7-year-old girl. We told her it was a dog. She's lying.
Oh.
More statements.
You're a piece of shit. Like, I want
7-year-old Sophia Sabalos. We were flying, the dog started barking, and there was no flight attendants coming. We couldn't stand up because there was a lot of turbulence, so we weren't allowed to. So I'm not trying to make light of this. So not only did a dog die in the overhead on United, the 7-year-old girl heard it going down.
you're I mean, that's all the money you've got, United, because you have permanently scarred that baby.
During the 4-hour flight from Houston to New York's LaGuardia, the girl said attempts to inform the flight attendant of the severity of the situation were unsuccessful. It's not clear to me exactly what that means, but...
Sorry, Michael, but I'm just in the middle of booking a ticket to Edmonton, Alberta. Hey, Katie. You're on the radio. Edmonton, Alberta. I want to go, but I cannot go on United Airlines. They murdered a dog. And they,
I know. They shoved it in the overhead compartment.
and a 6-year-old kid. They killed the dog in front of the kid.
Ugh.
It's banned. They're banned for life. Banned from my life. I gotta go. I love you.
Love you, bye.
There you go.
And there is a... I'm always the guy that tries to consider the other perspective, isolated.
Not to mention you hate dogs, Michael.
Well, there's that as well. But I try to put my intense
Hatred of dogs.
towards all four-legged animals.
Appreciate that.
Decide to have a fair and balanced conversation.
Appreciate that.
There is a small, regrettable, but small number of pets do die being transported on planes. But a disproportionate amount of them die on United flights.
Really?
Yeah, they're like double their nearest competitor, which I think is American Airlines. I
Wait,
don't know why.
in the where the people
No, I'm
are?
just saying, like, of every 10,000 animals that fly on United planes, I think something like 2 die.
2,000?
No, like 2 out of every 10,000.
Oh, okay.
But like the nearest competitor is like under 1. So
Right.
it's a coincidence. There's nothing company wide that.
Well,
I
I
mean,
think
it's still weird.
I don't think it's really that weird. I mean, I fly. I feel like when you go the mainstream airlines that are a little bit cheaper, they're a shittier airline. Everything about them is shittier. Everything's smaller. Everything's crammed. The people are less friendly. That's kind of what you get when you get a cheaper ticket. And I find all the big name guys are the worst airlines.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think American Airlines is any better.
No, yeah, me neither.
But for some reason, United. So out of the 24 pet deaths that occurred aboard U.S. Airlines last year, 18 were on United flights.
Wow.
They had 2.2 incidents per, meaning animal deaths or injuries.
I mean, isn't there some sort of law? I mean, I know. I'm with Tully on some of these where you bring your dog on and you don't really need your dog. I don't think that's fair to people, but. To put a dog, even if you got away with it and you had the license and you were on there, and the dog, I was like, man, this is bullshit. This lady doesn't even need this dog. But then another lady was putting it in the overhead carry. I mean, there's no air in there, man. Like you can't do that. And if there was a witness, then isn't there some sort of law against murdering a dog? That's animal? It's a felony, right?
You can't murder a dog. I'm sure of that.
It's a felony, I'm pretty sure, to be caught doing it. It's like a big deal.
The United spokeswoman
Animal cruelty
said this was a tragic accident that never should have occurred, as pets should never be placed in the overhead bin. We assume full responsibility, yada yada. So yeah, it's not United's policy to do that by any stretch. As a matter of fact, their pet policy reads as follows: a pet traveling in cabin must be carried in an approved hard-sided or soft-sided kennel. The kennel must fit completely under the seat in front of the customer and remain there at all times. So, this is awful.
I think it's wild that the plane, I'm assuming, was full because they always are. That somebody didn't say you can't do that,
right?
Or that the dog is barking, I'm getting the dog out. These are the things. These are when rules are meant to be broken.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And you could say like, oh, what would I do in a hostage situation? I don't know what I would do. A shark attack? I don't know what I'd do. But I can honestly tell you that if a fucking dog got put up there and I heard that the dog was dying, I don't care who owned the dog, 6-year-old, 7-year-old. I'm taking the fucking dog out, and you can take me to jail when the plane lands if that's what you feel is necessary. Because I'm not listening to you fucking murder a dog. That's insane, lady.
Of course. And a day later, this is far less bad, but
I want that lady's head.
United Airlines mistakenly flew a family's dog to Japan instead of to Kansas City.
How do you spell, like, with the two cities close? Like, is there a city in Japan that sounds like Kansas?
No, it was just a mix-up.
How?
Well, how did my luggage and not make it to Bali?
Oh, because they stole it. They stole it.
What do you mean?
The people in there that put the bags on the plane, they stole your shit.
No, we got it back.
Oh, you did? Oh,
a month later.
I'm saying, if you didn't get it back, that's what happened.
Right, but it happens.
Oh.
And unfortunately, once because this is a pet that obviously it was in the cargo.
Same dog as shenanigans, guns.
Yeah, cargo gets lost.
I mean, my Papa 50, man, passed, rest in peace. You tell me Papa 50 goes up there, I'll kill you, lady.
Right, so I think it's very different for them to have accidentally sent a dog safe and sound to, admittedly, a very far away foreign city.
Mm-hmm. But he lived though.
Yeah.
Well, that's the right. I care. That's the important part.
Yeah.
He's a world traveler now.
Yeah. They sent
Japan.
to a country that doesn't eat dogs. He'd be fine.
Right. So yeah, I think we should. Everybody should boycott United Airlines.
And in a final piece
that'll work.
of doggy news...
Maybe Joe Rogan could tell everybody.
Well, I think there have been any number of people vowing that they would never, ever, ever again fly United, and I wonder what long-term effect it's actually had.
Oh, when they did the bash the guy, right. Yeah, but see, I didn't... Oh, did I? No, I think I didn't mind that. It's a double standard. I care more about dogs.
Not necessarily.
I mean, that guy, if he had died, maybe that would be different.
Somebody had to get off the plane.
But I felt like he was annoying. You know, and he was a drama queen. It was like, God, the police officer said get off.
Somebody has to.
You gotta get off. You can't hold the seat. That's insane. You know? The dog didn't hold the seat. Lady just murdered the dog.
Yeah, you'll have your day. I just started watching that Waco mini-series that was on a couple months ago last night, and you'll have your day in court. That's what they told the guy at, was it Ruby Ridge in Idaho? It was like, if you just stay in here and let the feds, because you think the federal government is the root of all evil and blah, 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 blah. If you let them kill you, then they get to go tell the world whatever, and you don't get to say shit. So actually, the best thing you could do to stick it to the government is surrender to the government, so that you can then go have a big trial and make your case about what's so wrong about the government. My point being, if you really truly believe that your human rights are being so injured by being removed from the flight, even though you have a seat, you just get off and make a big fucking stink about it later.
Right.
There's only so many seats on the plane, man.
Right, bro.
Nobody's saying this isn't a fuck up. It's just, where do we go from here? We've already got a bad situation. We can't undo the past. What do we do now?
I don't know how many times in my life, a handful of times where it's like authorities are in the wrong, but they're telling me to do something. And I do it.
And a school district in Idaho is investigating an incident that took place last week in which a science teacher allegedly fed a live puppy to one of his reptiles in front of students.
Yeah, if that's true, see, there you go. He's the same as the lady in United Airlines. Same charge applies.
What if I told you that some of his students are defending him?
Oh, wait. How are you defending him?
So a local animal activist is the one who filed the police report. What I've learned in the last 4 days is disgusting. It is sick. It is sick. She told the local news station there. So I don't know why this had to happen in front of students, and I wish this story the couple stories I've read had that information in it. But he is a popular science teacher, and he has a snake and a snapping turtle, and he has fed like mice and shit like that to him in the past. And I don't know where he got this puppy from, but the puppy was apparently born very unhealthy and was not going to live.
Okay. How did he find that? How do you find a puppy that's very unhealthy and not going to live?
I'm not sure.
Is he like friends with the pound or something?
Maybe he had a friend or something. So two parents of students say it was a deformed puppy that was going to die anyway, and this teacher is very much into the circle of life.
Yeah.
So I think it was. Look, dude, I'm not defending it. I just think it's interesting. I don't think he should have done it. I think that's pretty hardcore. But I think it is interesting that once again you think it is absolutely indefensible for. Okay, what do you think of this? A teacher fucking fed a dog to a snapping turtle in front of his students. How could that possibly be okay? And
I mean, even
could this possibly be okay?
When you break it down like that, it's not as bad as it sounded originally, but it's still because you're right. He's eating rats. Rats are fucking are living creatures too, but it's a puppy. And if it's going to die, I just don't, it's so suspicious. Somebody gave you a puppy? So you know people that when they have puppies or kittens that aren't going to live, you get a phone call because you've got a snapping turtle and a snake that would love to eat the fuck out of them. I'm like, man, if it showed up dead, but you want to see the puppy get killed by the snapping turtle, dude. That's what you want to do. I know that's what you want to do. And you showed the kids. And I don't, if you knew a guy, it was going to be different. It's like Donald Schultz knew a guy that gave him a deformed puppy that was going to die, and it ate, the turtle eats meat, and it needs the meat, and ate it. But I wouldn't want Donald to take that demo to school. I don't think it's for kids to watch a puppy be eaten. I mean, a puppy is a term that you use for things that aren't even small baby dogs. It's a very, I don't know. It's fucking weird, and I'm not into it.
Yeah, over the course of time, America has established that doggies aren't for eating.
Yeah, I mean, just kill the pup. If it's gonna die, then when it dies, give him the meat. But do I have to watch the fucking puppy like? I mean, like, come on, man. Because I know, I've had Snake. The streets are a motherfucker. They're brutal, you know. Poor little puppy yelping and stuff. I don't need to see that. Yeah, and the other thing is, most of those guys eat shit that's dead anyway. You know.
Yeah.
You don't have to give the live puppy. You know, snakes eat dead rats. You know?
Exactly, yeah.
So you don't...
I cannot figure out how he got his hands on this puppy.
In a sketchy way.
Probably.
Even if it's the most legal, like the way we're breaking it down. Sketchy. Oh, this guy's fucked. He's not going to live. Give Bert a call. He's got a snapping turtle and a snake.
He's very into the circle of life.
Yeah, it wasn't the discount bin at PetSmart.
Yeah. Yeah, on sale for 5 cents. Dogs that are going to live a week. Like, no. Fuck that guy.
I got a game for you guys if you want to play.
I love playing games.
I went
How do I
and
win?
watched. You win a primo handshake from me. That'll make you feel like $1 million.
Ballsy statement.
I have nothing but good things about your handshakes. There's a cappuccino for you if you want it.
Yeah, I got my caveman. I didn't prepare. I came too prepared today. Anyway, are you ready?
Yeah, so I watched a whole bunch of weird porn.
Okay.
And I pulled some audio, and I want to see if you guys can identify some of the things that are happening. So on the games page, there's a bunch of clips in pink that are mystery sex moves.
And we've got to guess?
You have to guess what is happening, what's taking place in this clip based on what you hear. Some of them are going to be tricky, some you might be able to get.
Okay.
Well, as somebody who engages only in the most exotic sex positions, I think this should be very easy for me.
Yeah, what he said.
Is this giving you any clues?
Yeah, because it's a guy.
Somebody's gagged and loving it.
There's a guy in there, and it's 2 girls. And one girl has her mouth full. So I'm gonna say that this is a girl eating a girl out while a guy fucks her from behind.
You're on the right track, but no.
He's not fucking her, is he?
You're off on that as well.
Okay, I fucked up.
Okay, so she's got a strap
855 Ellis 41 if you can do better. Fuck off, come on.
Yeah, these are going to be tough.
So she's got a strap-on dildo on the back of her head, and that's up against another woman's vagina. And he's face-fucking the living shit out of her, which is propelling her skull into the other woman's crotch while she diddles herself.
You would hear some sort of... Wait, let me hear that again. Oh, wait, did someone try to say something through a mask? Oh, somebody's fucking bondaged here. Somebody's gagged.
She's gagged, yeah. Right.
No, the guy is.
Pizza.
No, the guy sounds like he's fucking Leonardo Corlusion or whatever it is.
I'll give you a hint. There's a lot of full mouths here.
Everybody's eating their ass.
Not quite.
Everybody's eating pussy.
No.
Everybody's
I'm
eating
out.
dick.
Yes. That
What?
is 4 transsexuals all 69ing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's 4 different voices mumbling.
She has a very small dick in her mouth that she's able to speak that
Well,
good.
she went to say something and a dick shut her up.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's tough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, this
I'm warmed up now.
I'm not. It's an elephant?
Okay.
What is that?
Like 20 guys just ate the most disgusting food ever for the last week, and they're all taking turns coming in her mouth, and she's spitting it out as quick as she possibly can.
Nah.
To have it instantly refilled over and over.
No, she is in a circle. She's in a circle of men farting in her mouth, and she's rotating and sucking farts. Because there's just like a lot of dudes fart. That sound is a fart. There's some sort of fart, and at the very end, she sounds like she's gonna vomit a little bit. So it's like maybe she's eating poo.
I'll tell you this: there's no poo.
Is she starting like a hedge trimmer?
Is that a pussy fart?
There's no farts.
What is that?
I mean, are they pulling Velcro?
Is she blowing balls?
No.
What's the personnel?
There's two people here, a guy and a girl, and they are on a tarp. This is going to be very tough. Think outside the box here.
I mean, does anything inside the box happen on a tarp?
That's a good point.
He's dragging her along a tarp while he hucks up loogies and spits on her head.
I'll give you another hint. That is a girl making all of the noises.
Is it coming out of her mouth, that noise?
Yes.
Oh, she's delightful.
It's Ringo. Oh, that was fun.
We have callers who think that they know.
Yeah, because
Fucking way they do.
No, they don't.
Jason, what do you think's happening?
Dude, that noise at the beginning, that's clearly maybe like a 50 cc, maybe 100 cc.
Oh God, it's not a dirt bike. It's not a dirt bike, is it?
No, that's a the lady is making all of those noises.
Jesse!
Except for the, ooh, that's fun.
Hey, Jason, you were actually really close. I got a lot of experience with this one. Jason, you were dead on with your first guess. That is clearly a human centipede.
Not
It's
a
only
human
two people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a human centipede if a guy just eats another girl's ass?
No.
Right?
He has to be sewn, and there must be 3 people.
No.
He doesn't have to be sewn. I think you can do a human centipede as a sex move as long as
you're strapped on there.
As soon
as
as
you can't get away from the ass.
Okay, I was just saying, as soon as 2 people start eating ass and another person backs up onto that other person, that's a human centipede.
Yeah.
Instantly. Triple ass eating.
That is not what's happening here.
What's going on?
I mean, is
All
she
right, so-
vomiting or what?
Kind of. Yeah, she's spitting and gagging.
But it doesn't. But it sounds like she's going as well.
Yeah, she is. That's her just like because she's grossed out.
By what?
Oh no. Oh, so it's just.
I'll tell you. No, there's no poop.
They're peeing in her
This
mouth.
is not poop. It's garbage.
What do you mean?
The guy who's going, ooh, that's fun, is cracking raw eggs on her head and dumping them in her mouth on a pile of garbage.
I thought you said these were sex moves.
They're both naked.
That's
And then
cheating.
He picks up a rotten banana and dildos her mouth with it.
This is not fair. We didn't know that was going to happen. Okay, I see
You did
what.
say think outside the box. I didn't realize just how big a box we were talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
These next ones will be a little easier.
There's sex involved in them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that
Or
helps.
sexy things.
Okay.
Gay laughing gas sex.
I know, right?
Close.
Poppers?
Nope.
He's laughing about being butt fucked.
No.
He's laughing.
He's getting fucked by Dave Chappelle. They're having gay sex while watching America's Funniest Home Videos.
It's not.
That'd be
Nope.
awesome porn.
Well then.
Think simpler.
He's tickling him.
Yes!
Ah, damn it.
That's gay tickle sex.
Is he fucking him and tickling him at the same time?
No, he's just naked, tied to a cross, while his buddy tickles him.
Oh, that's so. No, it's really not that fun. I would have. Man, I forgot to tell you guys. I saw a guy get in a bathtub with a cigar in his mouth and a big turd in his hand, and naked in the bathtub, and then he jerked off his flaccid penis, and then he pulled the cigar out of his mouth with one hand, and then he smeared the fistful of shit across his face and down his chest.
Water in the tub?
No water in the tub. And then as soon as he smeared the shit across his face and down his chest, he shit out of his butt into his hand and started rubbing that around, put the cigar back in his mouth and started jerking off.
Yeah, see, it's a circle of life, yeah.
I'm like...
Man, I'm recycling, see?
I don't know why that... That's what he was... Circle of lifing me. Yeah.
I would watch
I'm bummed I didn't
people-
stumble upon that.
I would watch people either have gay sex or fuck doggy style, where they're both watching a TV that has like maybe like a really, really scary movie
Oh,
in
yeah.
the dark, and they like have to watch it. They can't look away.
Like The Conjuring, so there's a lot of
yeah.
jump scares.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, right?
Yeah, but you have to make sure that both people that are fucking have not seen The Conjuring.
Yeah.
Because that's cheating.
Uh-huh.
Who can we get?
Because
Andrew
I
to
could
fuck?
I could fucking watch The Conjuring all day because I've seen it like 70 times. You're not going to fool me. I know when the thing jumps out of the thing, you know?
Yeah.
But if I'd never seen The Conjuring, mind you, a boner for an hour and a half is going to be tough.
Well, I don't think he's going to be... what I kind of picture happening is... Okay, maybe what you do is... You figure out what, like, the scariest 5 minutes is, and then you make them watch the whole movie leading up to that, and then you stop, and then they start fucking, and then once they get going, you turn the movie back on right before the best stretch. So they're totally invested in the plot, but completely fucking.
What about if they were just fucking and the screens were all four walls, so you could not duck the screens, and it was surround sound?
Like the Black Mirror guy.
Yeah, and it was just straight up highlights of all scary scenes in horror movies.
Yeah, just get them to watch a montage.
Yeah. And then maybe you could change it to like dogs fucking, or
just to gross them out.
Just like, what can you do to stop people? You can have a game like whoever finishes gets, the money.
Yeah, it could be anything.
The Fuck Room, new show.
Let's face it, like America's Funniest Home Videos.
Mike Catherwood hosts it, obviously.
Naturally, for example, there's something everybody laughs at America's Funniest Home Videos. It's the cheesiest thing in the world, but it needs no setup. You don't need to like that style of humor. It's not a Dave Chappelle joke. There's just fucking funny things that happen that everybody laughs when they see them, and I want to watch people go straight from The Conjuring to, man gets hit in the dick with football.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, and I mean, you could have it like you get teams, maybe like 4 couples, and they're all fucking, and then after 5 minutes, it switches from like jump scares to America's Funniest Home Videos, and then it switches 5 minutes after that to like gross out stuff, and you just see who gets knocked off and who can be the last pair fucking.
The fuck show.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Great American Fuck Off.
Yeah.
With Matt Iseman.
On Netflix. Hey, I watched the rest of that Yakuza. Huh?
The Leto?
Yeah, the Leto Yakuza thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad?
I liked it. It's not... I feel like maybe if I watched it again, I could probably critique it and be a prick, but... I liked it.
I really like him as an actor.
Yeah.
I was very excited when they announced he was going to be the Joker, and then they fucked him by turning him into a Juggalo Joker.
No,
I don't fault him for that.
He does not get enough credit for what he's accomplished because he's Jared Leto. But the fact 30 Seconds to Mars is a successful fucking band. It's not fucking Dogstar. It's a legitimate band that fucking broke and people responded to and sold tickets. And then he's a fucking Oscar caliber actor.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Hell of a tranny.
I like him. Yeah.
Transgender. Sorry. I just saw a thing, Foxy talking about how a lot of guys want to hook up with her and say they've never hooked up with a tranny before, and it's just weird to know, because I think it was my wedding where a friend of Nikki and Lee's, who is, I'm not going to say it right, but she is transgender, or the one where you want to be called something that I don't understand how it all works, and me saying tranny upset her, and I overheard her like saying that it's weird to hear these people talk like that, and I had to like talk to her about how I've got, like, I'm not against any transgender people. The only reason I talk like that is because my transgender friends talk like that. I got it from Foxy, but once I realized that, then I've tried to stop it. But then to hear Foxy, she just runs that all day. Still, she talks like that all day.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't know.
hard one for me to sympathize with. I see their angle, but you've got enough enemies. Don't get pissed at your friends too.
Yeah, you gotta look at stuff like that in context. If you were like, ugh, gross fucking trannies, that's one thing, and it's also just as stinging if you go, ugh, fucking transgenders. But if you're just like, oh yeah, I have a lot of friends that are trannies, I believe in tranny rights, like,
Yeah.
all right, you might have missed the mark on the PC nomenclature, but look at the message.
Right.
Right, and then I always think about when I see clips of the Rat Pack with Sammy Davis Jr., and the clip I always remember is I think it's Dean Martin holding Sammy Davis Jr. going, I'm proud to accept this award from the NAACP.
Whew.
So they can say, oh, Sammy was one of the boys, but Sammy wasn't one of the boys because there was always that joke that everybody could make, you're the black guy. So, like, yeah, you were way better than the people who were fire hosing people in Birmingham, but you weren't, it wasn't cool. So just because you're cool with them doesn't give you carte blanche to make whatever joke you want about them or in their presence. But yeah, if it's simply using the word that was okay 2 years ago that isn't okay anymore, that's tough. You see, Richard Simmons has to pay the National Enquirer $130,000.
Why?
Because
That's insane.
I think this is really kind of interesting. I'd be curious what you think about this. So when he was in hiding or whatever the hell he was doing, they ran a story or a series of stories, as well as Radar Online, the website, saying that he was transitioning to be a woman. And he sued for that they had defamed him by saying that he was transitioning to become a woman. And I think they successfully countersued for their lawyer fees. And a judge agreed that they had said that about him, but saying someone is transgender or is transitioning is not defamatory. So he had wasted their legal dollars defending themselves. And to that, I say, like, fucking really? There's nothing wrong with being gay or transgender, but if somebody's going to go around saying that I'm those things when I'm not...
Yeah, you can't just go run around printing stories making shit up about people.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. Yeah, it's not, if it be the only way I feel like he has to pay them any money is if he's a woman now.
Yeah.
But he's not. So they did make up a story about him.
Yeah, like, I don't know, let's say the National Enquirer decides to run this massive smear campaign on my dad and just say, you know, Len Tully's transitioned to become a woman. That's all he's ever, you know, he tells his friends he's always felt like that deep inside, and everybody's like, oh, so Len, congratulations on the...
Yeah.
And he's just like, fuck you, I'm a dude.
Yeah.
He's been defamed.
Wow, and they won it.
Yeah, he's supposed to pay $130,000 for their legal fees.
That's fucked.
That is fucked. Wow. Man, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that has that either.
I know.
Yeah, I don't
Dude
know.
can't catch a break.
I have to sweat to some more oldies.
Yeah, he gonna die, so he wouldn't have to pay that.
Well, speaking of people being fucked, we have plenty more audio to work through.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. P-sex.
I still think there's some Velcro involved.
You're right, there is definitely pee.
Oh no. Was this shit?
No. Nope. No poop in this one.
Oh, that sounded sort of
Right?
post-Taco Belly.
I know.
Is it more than just sex peeing on somebody?
There's a little bit more to it. But yeah, I'll give you guys that one. Yeah, this is... I've never seen anything quite like this before. They found a way to reinvent pee sex, but like two guys were holding a sheet of glass, you know, much like that old gag when they're walking through an alleyway in a car chase.
Yeah.
So they have this piece of glass. She just pressed her face up against it, and then the guys were banking their piss shots off of the glass into her face. And then she just licked the windows.
Man.
So these are just bank shots?
Yeah. Pee bank shots. Apparently, it's a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. All right, I can't wait for that one to kick in.
I'll stick to good old-fashioned peeing in girls' faces, thank you.
Yeah, I don't want it to bounce off anything but their face.
Yeah, glass is expensive these days.
Right, I can't waste that.
Yeah. My wife trusts me. She just lifts the glass. Very love. It's different. Oh my God. Man, I gotta listen to that from the start. What the? Did he just fucking fight out a peanut or what? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's one that's straight up like,
right? Like something came from way back out of the road. You heard the peanut hit the wall. No way. Nobody says, "Oh yes," when the peanut ricochets off the wall.
No one in the room is really enjoying it.
Right, when the guy just unleashes just the runniest fart ever unleashed, and then goes, "Ding!" and fucking drops a nug. Man, oh yeah! Like, oh my god, the amount of money for you to just instantly trigger yourself to go, oh yeah, is just fucking insane. Like, that's when acting is another level of acting there.
Yeah, it's Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh yeah, like, man, I kind of actually now I want to be so seasoned in porn that the guy can go, ugh, ping, and I'm like, oh yeah, and
I shoot that raisin,
and I stay completely composed, and then after it, I tell my friends about how he shit a peanut out, and I compose myself. That's the profession, right? You got to play cool until they say cut.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So there's a little bit more going on than what you guys are onto.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not a dude farting in a chick's mouth.
It's a pussy farting into a chick's mouth.
No.
It's a poo.
Nope.
It's a girl taking a diarrhea in a bathroom and a guy and another girl watching, going, oh yeah.
He's making popcorn inside a vagina.
Nope.
She tried to lift a bunch of weights and shit just started coming flat out of her ass, but she still lifted the weights. And her coach was like, oh, yeah.
You might want to take another quick listen just to...
I disagree. What do you mean? Okay.
Is this kind of anima thing?
Yeah.
No, you guys are... It's more basic than you think.
It's a fart.
He's ass fucking a chick with diarrhea.
No, she's
doesn't get more basic than that.
It's fart porn where she's farting in a guy and girl's mouth and they're off on it.
Kind of. There's one more element you're missing.
She's pooping in the mouth.
Shit.
No, there's no poop.
Bullshit. Is she farting things?
Yes.
She's farting stuff out of her mouth.
She's farting something.
Oh, she's farting marbles out of her ass.
No.
Old Milwaukee.
Milk?
No.
Cereal?
No.
Pudding?
No.
Pencils? Twizzlers?
You were closer with
Chlamydia.
milk.
Bullets. That's for sure. Chlamydia with M&M's? Ooh, Smarties. M&M's Skittles.
You were closer with milk.
Goobers.
It's not food.
Milk duds. Oh, it's not food.
No. It's right
Rubber
there.
bands.
It's right there in your face.
Teeth.
OJ. Grapefruit juice.
Farted out teeth.
Coffee.
Can't believe you guys haven't guessed it.
Farted out microphone stands.
Gin and
Eyes.
Think milk.
tonic, milk of magnesia.
Cereal.
Soy
Yeah,
milk.
nuts.
Breast milk.
Tits.
It's jizz.
Oh, fuck.
Farting jizz into each other's mouths.
Is he receiving the jizz or is he just overseeing this?
God damn.
He's just overseeing.
That means that shot was like full on. That ting was jizz. Wow. Tough job, porn.
Yeah.
He's announcing soccer while he fucks her.
This is a very weird sex position. This is a sex
It's
position
a
I've never seen.
It's a power driver of sorts where she's on her head upside down and he's fucking with his dick down back behind him like a tail.
You're close.
And-
It does stem from pile driver.
She's like hanging out a window, like if she drops, she falls to her death.
Oh, that's cool. But no, that's not what's happening here. This is outdoors. They're on flat, solid ground. Kind of plays off the pile driver angle.
He's swinging from a tree branch.
He's dug a pit for her.
No,
She's
there's no pits.
She's eating food from a dog bowl.
No. That does fit along with the accent, but no.
They're getting pushed through the Amazon in a wheelbarrow. It's like a runaway train kind of thing in an old gold mine. He's pile driving.
God, that's a great mental picture.
Right? I've been fucking all wrong. That's an adventure.
He's smoking a cigarette.
No.
She's smoking a cigarette.
No, nobody's smoking. Nobody's doing anything other than sex.
They're not dodging poison darts.
No. There's no Indiana Jones aspect.
There's no big ball rolling after them.
They're not outrunning a boulder. It ties into pile driver.
She's Nazis watching.
She's being power driven while she's eating dirt.
It's a new play on pile driving that I've never seen.
She's power driving him.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Reverse power drive.
He's on his like shoulder blades, angled up, and using his feet to hold her up by her pits. So he's just pushing her up while she blops up and down.
Oh, I want to see
like
that.
A reverse pile driver.
You gotta show me that. I want to try that.
And they did this outside?
Yeah, by a fucking road sign.
Makes sense.
Yeah, Germans.
So the Three Stooges are doing gags on her vagina.
I mean... Yeah, she's gagging on a dick for sure. She's taking it in the ass and the pussy as well.
She's really sad and she's getting fucked doggy style.
No. They are French. That explains her oh ho 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 during all of this.
Is it are they French people wrestling in a tub of lube?
No. There's no food involved.
All right.
And this is more simple. This isn't some giant weird involved sex.
All right, it's a fuck in the mouth and a fuck from behind. It's an Eiffel Tower.
Nope.
Is it two people?
Yes.
It's
Man
a
and
blowjob.
woman.
It's a blowjob.
Not a blowjob.
Oh.
Is it a vagina that's making that noise?
It is. Yeah.
It's him fucking while his foot is in her mouth.
No.
Oh. His elbow's in her mouth.
No.
Is it just a fisting?
Yes. That is just straight up fisting.
Fisting her in
the... I was gonna win.
Wow.
He's just rapid fire like
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Paper cut sex.
Actually, not too far off.
Guy who got his dick stuck in a snapping turtle. I mean, is he paper cutting his dick?
No.
Is he stretching it?
No.
He's riding a reverse cowgirl while hanging from the ceiling by his nipples.
Oh. He's getting butt fucked.
No. No penetration in this.
Is somebody hurting his dick?
Nipple torture.
No.
They're cutting his toes.
No, there's no cutting happening
No
here.
paper cuts on his anus?
No paper cuts on the butthole.
Chinese Indian arm burn.
No. No arm burns, no noogies, no wedgies.
Dick in a vice?
No.
Nuts in a vice.
Pulling his balls?
There's no vice, there's no ball pulling. There's an inanimate object involved. It's not being inserted. I'll give another clue.
You know that little hammer that they use to test your knee reflexes? Are they just attacking his genitals with one of those?
No, they're just bonking him in the eye over and over again.
Did they put a device in his butt and they turned it on? Oh wait, it's not inside.
No insertion. It has to do with temperature?
They're burning him.
Kind of. Getting warmer.
He's on a spit roast and they're rotating him. To his death.
He's fucking ice while they put a hot poker in his ass.
He's sucking an ice dildo and taking a fucking red hot one in the eye.
I'll give you this one. It was wax. Gay wax play.
Gay wax play?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was tied down and his buddy was just... I mean, he had so many layers of wax all over him, he looked like a Krispy Kreme.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He was like a human candle.
Too much wax, maybe.
Yeah.
Sounds like balls.
Sounds like more tickle sex.
Is she fucking a clown?
Oh, she's a horse.
Oh, yeah.
She's for sure a horse.
Hey, that's a finger.
Finger banging a horse.
Oh, whoa.
It is a lady.
Finger banging a squirting horse.
I'll give you that one.
Thank you.
The substitute old lady for horse, but yes, that was an old lady squirting.
Yeah, finger blast.
She said, nay.
She did say that.
Yeah, and she shook her head back and forth the entire time while
She
making
have
all
big
those weird
teeth?
noises. No.
Okay.
No.
Don't look an old lady in the mouth.
Wow. I feel like there's anal in this one. Am I right?
Yep.
Fran Drescher getting DP'd.
You guys are getting there.
3 dicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That is triple anal.
Yeah.
Which...
They're doing that a lot now.
I didn't really know I think I always knew it was a thing. I didn't know it was a thing. I just typed it into the search engine.
Yeah.
And that's a really weird thing, because if you're a guy in the middle, all you're doing is titty fucking 2 dicks.
Well, I mean, dude.
That's all that's ever been.
Double penetration.
But I mean, triple? You're the guy in the middle, you're in a dick sandwich. You're just getting friction from 2 dicks.
I think you gotta be dumb or really young, and I was both, until the day it happened, on ecstasy, thinking, we've got it, we've figured it out, we're gonna do it, this girl's into it, we're gonna be the winners. And then as soon as it starts, I'm like, wait.
Oops.
Are your balls on my balls?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, we just got gay, dude. And when you're on ecstasy and you've already... But I promise, I swear to you, I did not plan on doing anything... and we didn't do anything. Like, me and him were, like, not fucking into it at all.
Yeah.
I did not know that we would be anywhere near gay until his balls touched my balls, and I was like, and then like the next day, I'm like, why would you not think that was going to happen?
Or the internal sword fighting.
Well, I
imagine that's got to throw you, right?
Well, we didn't do the same whole thing.
Yeah, but I mean, but you
can still feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're rubbing dicks.
It's a dick high five.
Yeah, I mean, I've only put my finger in a girl's butt during sex once, and I remember being like, oh wow, there is really no separation here. I'm touching my wiener right now.
Yeah. So it's kind of like see, there's that thing what Tully was saying yesterday. People a little bit. I think if you are into doing that move, that you're not gay. Just there is a little bit more of a pansexual person that would be interested in the first place. Because I think maybe a lot of other guys would never have done that move. You know what I mean? I think I was okay with that move because subconsciously I was a little bit gay. And I also think so was the other guy.
Oh, well, there you go. No
the other guy was always trying to bone me after he found out that I'd done so. He told everybody in skateboarding that I was gay because he knew that I'd slept with a tranny, and I really didn't know at that point. Like, That was an accident, man.
Yeah.
Like, somebody had... Literally, I took, like, a bunch of E, and she showed up, and she was all over me. So I fucking went home with her. I mean, she was the hottest person in the fucking club. She just so happened to be transgender, but facts still remain. Like, everybody there was like, who the fuck is this? And then, you know what I mean? I figured out that it was...
It's Larry.
That it's Larry. And I still went home with Larry. So... But then that guy ended up, like, trying to gay out with me, and I was like, wait, what? Dude, no way. And then to think, you know, I mean, 10 years ago, you buried me to all my friends trying to tell everybody I was gay. And that was, like, honest, man, I really didn't know. I couldn't tell you. I didn't know. If I had to answer, I would have said I'm not at all. I've just, like, been in some circumstances where, like, now I would say, man, if you take a bunch of E and transgender girl hits on you and you sleep with her, you're still kind of bi. You know, like, there's no denying it, dude. Like, but back then I was like, well, circumstances, man. You know, like, I didn't, you know, I still had a girlfriend. She was there. Like, it was this whole,
Yeah.
I don't know, long story. Probably might be a third book.
Let's get to work. Yeah.
We only got 2 more of these.
Aw.
Oh, I don't know about that. Here we go.
She's getting fucked while she pees.
See, I thought she was somebody was having sex in the mud while somebody else was walking around in circles looking at them.
No.
They're underneath an overflowing urinal in Fenway Park.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
What are they pouring in there?
Yeah, I know. I feel
What are
it.
they pouring
Is he fucking diarrhea out of her bum?
Nope, no poop.
Okay, good.
Is it
I didn't pull any poop ones for
Is
this
that
game.
liquid a body liquid?
Yes.
So it's urine.
Yes.
So he's fucking her as he's pissing on him?
Close enough, yeah. It's a guy and a girl having sex while another dude pisses on them. Yeah.
Just stands over them.
Yeah. And then when he's done pissing, he walks away, and another guy walks up with a wristband tugging on his soft dick, and then he pisses on them.
Wow.
Wait, it's a chub up to urinate? If he wants to represent?
I guess so, yeah. They want a half chub and try and pee out their half pee boners.
Wow.
But yeah, that one surprised me. Like just
Yeah.
Because
is he peeing on the dude or on the girl?
Well, he's peeing on her, and he's like peeing in her mouth. But I mean, it's full pee, so it's going all over her, all over him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the final clip.
She's pretending to be a baby?
Nope.
No, she's pretending to have a baby.
She's possessed.
Somebody's amputating her arm.
Nope.
She's having a lot of orgasms.
She's a puppy.
She is having an orgasm. But what is giving her an orgasm?
A man... A shower head?
That noise is from her.
Is that cum? Or pee cum?
Yeah.
They do that. They did the pee cum thing. She lost complete
Yes.
control because a man was folding her over and letting her have it.
Nope.
A vibrator was on her pussy.
A guy was doing something to her, but it's a very weird thing.
He was putting his nose in her pussy.
No.
He was kneeing her in the pussy.
It does not involve her vagina.
He was punching her in the head.
No.
Is she Asian?
She is.
He put a cigarette out on her back.
No.
He is pinching her nipples.
Nope.
The first time she ever saw a cock that wasn't pixelated.
He's smoking her pubes.
No.
Like, he's setting fire to her pubes and huffing the...
It's something you could not imagine would feel good. But for some reason, it gives her an orgasm.
He's cutting her chest with razor blades.
He's fucking her with toast.
No.
He's electrocuting her.
Dressed as Pokemon.
There's no Pokemon. There's no electrocuting.
He's pouring hot coffee on her head.
No. It doesn't involve any extra parts. It's just a man and a woman doing something that makes her have an orgasm.
He's biting her lip.
No.
He's biting her ear.
His foot's in her vagina.
No. There's no penetration.
He is stabbing her in the eye.
Getting warmer.
He's fingering her. He's picking her nose.
Nope.
He's fish hooking her.
No. You were closer on the first one.
He's stabbing her in the eye with his dick.
No.
He's rubbing his dick on just on her eye?
Nope.
He's pissing in her eye.
No.
He's spitting in her eye.
It doesn't involve his dick.
He's put his balls in her eyes.
Nope, not his balls either.
Gave her the...
He's farting in her eyes.
He's picking her nose?
No.
It
is with the eye.
He's licking her eyes.
Yes.
Weird.
He holds her eyelids open.
Yeah.
And was licking her eyeball like one would in a porn video just doing regular oral on a woman. So he's like, just licking her eyeball.
Is she masturbating?
No, she's not touching herself, and then she just squirts everywhere.
Wow!
Okay, this I have to see.
Yeah!
I feel like it should be easily Google.
The video starts. I watched a good portion of this to find a clip that would work for the game, but he starts off using like probably a rubber but a severed chicken foot to tickle her eardrum that's filled with lube. So her ear is just like pooled up with clear liquid, and he's just digging around in there with a chicken foot.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
If you want, I think I found this one on eFucked.
Oh, love it.
I knew I could count on that horrible website to give a few clips for this game. But yeah, it's the whole fucking thing was weird. She was on like an examination table, and the dude was dressed up like a doctor.
Yeah, that sounds lube in the ear. I guess that just
Something
washes
clear,
out.
something clear. But she had a wet ear, and he was just digging around with a fucking chicken foot.
God, people, whatever.
And then licked her eyeball to completion.
I'm not easily finding it. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of really interesting stuff on eFucked.
Yeah.
Well, we got to move on. We'll be back, everybody. Hey. Okay. At night? Oh. Oh. Okay, don't worry about it. No.
Hi, this is Kevin in apartment A109. Could I give a name for the guest list? 1394. Kwame. Thanks.
Right. So, but I would have to leave Friday. I'm not doing that, no way. Yeah, don't worry about it, baby. I'm not going. That's crazy. Yeah. Thanks for checking it out. Okay. See you when I get home. Bye, baby. What? Hello? Oh. Okay. Bye, baby. $2,000 to fucking Edmonton.
Oh, just to go like tomorrow or soon.
Yeah.
It's just still on that show. Yeah. And the person that left was TJ Miller.
What's the name of it?
Silicon Valley. So, due to my insane.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, Will, can you be in for this?
Yeah.
I got the intro up on Bit Intros.
Okay, yeah, and if it doesn't, I don't think there's any issue, especially since it's kind of a short break. I think it's going to work, but if it doesn't for some reason, I have some news. If it really, for some reason, doesn't happen, I guess just be ready to do the Craigslist thing.
Okay.
I'm not too worried about it.
Alright. 3 minutes, 15 seconds. We're back.
Shit. I'm perplexed.
What's that?
Because I just feel like I'm now getting tons of DMs about people hearing that I'm going there.
Uh-huh.
And I really feel like there is a lot of people there that listen to the show and that it would be like a thing. And then I'll never know if I don't go.
But why does it... Right, but why does that mean you have to go this weekend?
Michael. Exactly.
I know it seems like...
I didn't know it cost that much. It's crazy.
I know it seems like we are always talking about going but never going, but like I'm under the impression that we're pretty close to actually arranging something.
I know.
So
yeah, I'm not sure, but maybe. But how's that gonna? Are they gonna like add a bunch of people or something to it? Like, you never know with them, They're gonna turn it into something else.
Who's them?
Or maybe they'll like have a good idea if we're faction talk combines and we all go there. I'll be like, dude, come on.
Well, but cross that bridge when you come to it. I mean,
Well, it's always like something like that with Sirius. I'm like, well, then don't worry about it. I'd rather just go.
Yeah.
By myself.
I don't think there's any issue with that. We've never gotten bundled into anybody else's trip. I don't see why anybody should get bundled into ours.
But we've never had a trip.
Well, but Cavino and Rich just did. Oh, that's not entirely true. But Cavino and Rich just did like a bus thing or something.
When did we do a trip?
Well, we've gone to and done shit in Vancouver.
Yeah, but we did it.
Yeah, I guess.
Mania.
But we went and did. But Cavino and Rich just went and did a bus tour. Nobody went along with them. Jim and Sam go and do stuff. I think.
Well, if you need to.
We don't.
Huh? Yeah.
What's up?
We could.
What's up?
Nothing.
Oh.
News Pro.
We are filthy, godforsaken animals. We're Vikings of radio, man.
A 14-year-old
Eh.
is accused of having had a pretty interesting evening for himself while posing as a police officer
Yeah, that'll brighten up your night.
Does he have a beard?
in not too distant Victorville, California. I don't have a picture of the kid. That's my first question: is who the fuck would believe a 14-year-old saying that he is a police officer?
Wait, he was actually out. I could see a guy maybe putting lights on his car or something, but like getting out of the car or talking to people like, hey, I'm a cop.
Drove around in an SUV that I believe he had stolen from his grandmother.
Holy shit.
That had flashing lights, but was in no other way identified as a, to look like a police vehicle.
That's enough to look like an undercover car.
And as far as I can tell, he tried to do 3 policey kinds of things. He initiated a traffic stop, but he let her off with a warning.
Fucking good stuff.
Nice of him.
He's tough but fair.
Yeah.
And he also went to, I believe, 2 different homes with red and blue lights flashing, and told the occupants that he was investigating a domestic disturbance.
Wow.
He got out of the SUV and walked to the door of the homes wearing a holster with what the occupants said sure looked like a firearm.
Airsoft?
Holy shit.
In one instance, when told, no, there's no disturbance here, the uniformed 14-year-old allegedly tried to open the homeowner's door.
He's uniformed.
Yeah, he was wearing some kind of uniform, yeah. And he and the door was locked. After a short confrontation with the occupants, he left, and then he also turned on the SUV lights outside a home. And when a 16-year-old occupant, maybe somebody he knows, I don't know, emerged, he also told him he was investigating a domestic disturbance.
I mean, how old is this kid? I feel like, did everyone that met him that night just immediately call the authorities? Or did anyone think that he was a cop? Ever? Out of all of it?
I don't know. People are kind of sensitive these days. They might think, oh, this guy's got the Gary Coleman thing.
You can't be a police officer if you have Gary Coleman thing.
Why not?
They won't let you.
If I get pulled over by a 14-year-old or a 14-year-old looking guy, and by the way, this is in Victorville, which is here in California. It's not a huge city. I guess it's big enough that you wouldn't... Like, if it's in my parents... if it's the town I grew up in, everybody knows all the cops. I know if that's one of our cops.
That's going to be great when Tully goes, fuck you, you're not a cop. Takes off. Just because the guy doesn't look like a cop.
I knew a kid in high school got in trouble because we had a position that was dean of discipline in the high school, and one guy was outgoing, and the first day the new guy showed up, he was kind of like a twerpy dude, and my friend, we were seniors at that point, picked on him thinking he was a freshman. And it actually turned out it was the new dean of discipline. But the repercussions for that are, detention at that level. I'm guessing that the fact that they know the woman was let off with a warning leads me to believe that she also contacted the police and said, who the fuck was that just pulled me over?
Okay.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Maybe there were other people that we don't know about because they didn't say anything. So the unidentified teen is already on probation for some undisclosed offense. Investigators who searched his home yesterday found counterfeit money, replica firearms, ballistic vests, and other law enforcement related items.
14. Is he using mum and dad's credit card to get all that? Because how do you get that when you're 14?
That's a very, very good question.
You know what? People give you, gift certificates to Amazon or something, and you can order stuff when you're 14.
So the car reportedly belongs to his great-grandmother with whom he lives.
My kid ordered a knife online when he was 13.
Wait, is his great-grandmother like his mum?
That's who he lives with.
Well, then there you go. That's why.
I don't know. Maybe that's not the only family adult member that he lives with. Maybe he lives with grandma, mom, and dad too. Who knows? But
Man, that is scary because this guy had to do a lot of planning and have a lot of gear to do this. And
Think about when
did
he
it
actually
all.
looks like a man, how much better he'll be at it.
wait till he can grow a mustache.
Yeah.
No, but nobody in the house obviously knew he was doing this.
Yeah, well, if it's great grandma, old people don't know shit. And if you're like 3 generations out and you have to take care of a little shithead, he's going to have everything on you. I mean, for Christ's sakes, man, they got it on us.
Right.
The first generation, they can slip one by. If you're third, you're going to fucking chance. You don't know what's going on in the world today. You can't even make a phone work. Alexa might just confuse you into a heart attack. And you've got a 14-year-old, he can do whatever he wants, man. You don't know what it is.
Who said that?
Man, come on, man. My mom is...
The walls are talking.
you know what I mean? They find out shit from Facebook. If it's no Facebook, then they don't know. If I don't post it on... if my Instagram wasn't linked to Facebook, my mom wouldn't know that Supercross died. You know, because that's it.
Yeah.
That's the closest old people get to know what's going on with everybody. And then you're great... Man, you don't even... 14 and 80. How do they talk?
Yeah, there's not a lot of...
Isn't that weird how 14 and 80, I could be wrong, senile 80 can talk to a 14-year-old boy, but I do believe, and this is double standard in my mind, that an 80-year-old lady could talk to a 14-year-old girl. Easier.
Yeah, and I think a
guys
guy
that-
can talk to an 80-year-old man easier too.
Do
Because
ya?
because my kid talks to his grandfather's about that old.
Yeah.
My kid talks to his grandfather and is really fascinated by how things used to be and what went on in the war or whatever kind of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I wish my fucking grandparents existed. It's kind of like a little bit of an Ellis trait. Like second generation, then you disappear. I thought about my grandfather. Like, who's his dad? You know, like he came from Scotland over to Australia. Well, who's his dad? Like,
You really should.
I don't know anything about anybody.
My mom does genealogy, so she's traced back all.
Genealogy.
That's when you trace, whose grandfather was his grandfather, on back, and she's done a lot of that stuff. You should look into that because it is it's interesting if nothing else.
Does it happen to a lot of people though that like your grandparents are kind of like that's where the buck stops? Like you don't really know what happened after that.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't.
Unless you're like from
I remember
Italian families and shit like that, where you guys kind of are a little tighter. I feel like just white people don't give a fuck.
One great grandmother.
Yeah.
I can remember, but other than that, no, I don't remember great grand.
My mom is way more into family. And she was adopted, and she had way less answers to any of it, and I think that's why she was more interested in it, because she didn't know where she belonged, kind of thing.
Right.
But my father never spoke highly of his father, and his father never. He was a fatherless man as far as I knew. He was Jock Ellis came here and started the Ellis family. That's it. Never told a story or.
I think the way that in my case, both of my grandfathers died long before I was born. One of my grandmas died when I was 3, and the other one died when I was 8. My parents and my aunts and uncles are into family, so I've heard lots and lots of stories. I had a couple of great aunts hanging around and stuff. But I think even for someone whose family is connected and does give a shit about that stuff, I think we have a pretty typical story, which is we know a fair amount about the last generation that lived in the old country. And it's just kind of assumed there isn't too much to know beyond that. Because, I've been last summer, 2 summers ago, I was in Ireland and saw the one-room whatever where my grandfather grew up with all of his siblings.
Wow.
And that's pretty cool that I've got that. And I know that his mom, my grandfather, so my great-grandmother, died by walking herself into a lake.
Yep.
And I've been to the lake. And I know that my great-grandfather died in some sort of completely horrific factory accident, and I just kind of assume that, and I'm not being flip when I say I assume everybody before that was potato farmers and eel fishers for about 4,000 years. I think that's pretty much the story.
So maybe these generations will know their great grandparents because they're not eel fishermen and potato farmers.
Well, if we're leaving much more of a digital record, moving
Yeah.
forward through the world, if the world is able to survive for 100 more generations, you probably should be able to go all the way back. Norm Macdonald had that amazing joke on Letterman about how everybody has one picture of their grandfather, like just one photo.
Right.
And he's like, what are people going to say in the future? Hey, you want to see 10,000 photos of my grandfather?
Right.
Yeah, because you can.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting.
And you get a better understanding of your elders if you get 10,000 selfies of them.
Yeah, these are their photos of themselves. This is what they thought of themselves, which
Right.
is an interesting window for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like it's sort of
Videos.
when you see your parents way younger before you were around, and you see the look in their eye, and you're like, oh, they had a different sort of like. My parents didn't want me to see those photos because then I'd be like, you can't tell me not to do anything. Look at the look in your fucking eye. Because my father, every photo that is from back before I was born, he was just up to no good. Like he had the most sinister face. All his friends were all tattooed and had machetes, and I'm like, why do you guys all have machetes? Oh, fuck off, Jay. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, wait, we all chefs?
They all loved coconuts.
There's only like 5 black and white photos, but and he had hair too. Like there's like the long haired. Because I just, he was bold.
It is tough
me.
to tell your kids not to do something that you've done.
Man, Corvette with nitrous oxide in it. And in Australia, it was illegal to have nitrous oxide also. And he was drunk with a joint in his hand and a beer. And I'll never forget it. And he was like, hold the steering wheel. And he was like, Jay, because he gave me something to hold. I think it was the beer. Do as I say, not as I do. Remember that, right? And I was like, okay. And then Way had to be way older to look back at that and be like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
But I don't, he didn't mean that. He didn't mean to.
Oops, scarred you.
I actually kind of steered the car off the road a little bit too. I remember
Yeah.
he grabbed the steering wheel. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't have given me the steering wheel. I was kind of like, maybe I was high. I don't know.
That explains a lot. Tully's great grandmother walking into the lake. Are you worried about that being hereditary?
No. There's a little bit of depression.
I was going to say, you had depression, you tended to it. I don't think maybe back then you could do the same thing that you did.
No.
Yeah, just walk off into a lake is how you
Well,
cured
they didn't
that
have.
back then.
Well, they didn't have. But I'm just saying, she probably didn't. They don't have. If you feel depressed back then, you wouldn't say you feel depressed. You just.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think people talked about stuff as
Right.
much.
So many things were different. A bunch of her kids had gone away. My grandfather was an indentured servant, which is
Wow.
which is basically a contract slave.
Yeah.
And they were happy for him to do it, I'm told, because they had trouble feeding him. And he was going to get fed where he was going to work. And then he went to America. And I think some of his siblings stayed behind, but I know he had a brother who died. And just they said that I think they found out, my grandmother found out on maybe like a Wednesday and held the news from him until a Friday, until he got home from work, because she knew what would happen. And she told him that, and he put his head down and cried at the kitchen table and didn't get up until he had to go back to work on Monday. And she'd saved him that news because she knew that was how he was going to react, and because he knew that there's no way he could afford to go back home for the funeral. So that's
Tough times,
really
man.
tough times.
Jesus.
And I think that my great grandmother, most of her kids had gone away or died or whatever, were stricken down by polio or whatever awful things happened in the 20th century, not that long ago. And it's knowing your kids are out there and you're never going to talk to them again and stuff like that. Not only was it depression that wasn't treated, it was a kind of, there were real sad shit
Yeah.
things going on.
Yeah, nobody had like the Jason Ellis show to cheer him up
Right.
or anything like that.
Right.
Couldn't just say, "Hey Alexa, play the Jason Ellis show." I was thinking about that today. It's like I could say that, even though everybody who's listening is already listening to the Jason Ellis show. So I could say, "Hey Alexa, download Ellistronics." I could do that. And that would.
You mean like saying something like, "Hey Alexa, download Hate Bean."
Still like that. I'm happy to know that you still like Hate Bean and you want people to be a part of it.
I haven't listened to it in a long time.
Why can't we do something? Because now we can't. I mean, I can't check out Death Die because we're all like fucking irreconcilably fucked.
It's dissipated into the vapors, the ethers.
You can get it somewhere, but it's not from me. That's
Right.
for sure. Let us
Are
do
we
it.
on Spotify? I don't remember.
Let us do it, Will.
Yeah.
Let us be in a band with you.
Okay. Let's go.
I swear we won't have irreconcilable differences. I've changed. And the other person isn't in the band.
Oh,
so that could help.
I'm gonna have big ego problems.
But I can
You just
handle
look
that.
out.
I'm not the man anymore. You don't want to do it, do you? It'd be huge.
Yeah, it'd be great. I just
It was one of those things that I don't know how it happened, but it was one of those things that was in my head where I knew that before I die, I do make another either song or album, and that you had a lot to do with it. I don't know where that came from. Therapy or something. I don't know. There was something that was going to happen. Maybe fucking Dr. Drew's wife fucked me with that bullshit reading. Said that was going to happen. I can't remember how it happened, but it's one of those things like the mini bike thing, like the the Ellis Mania thing. That's that thing is going to happen. Some version of it is going to happen.
I think that's creative visualization. I think I really do believe in that because I've experienced it for myself, and I know it actually works. And that's you thinking about something and kind of willing it into being.
Yep.
My life has been like that in a lot of ways.
That reminds me, I got a text from the Coleman Power Sports guys. They're like, "Hey, what about this place or this place? Which one would you think would be best?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay. You're very serious about it." I can't seem to go back to what I really wanted to do, which was just do Alice Mania at Justin Fortune's gym. That's what I want to do, where I just go, "Hey!" We fuck around, and it's like, "Wow, everybody's here! 50 people, it's crazy!" Not like it's got to be this huge thing, and the numbers are... Oh my God, I don't want to...
You're a victim of your own success.
I don't want to win. I can't. I'm not going to be any better than I already am. It's downhill now. I'm halfway over the pool of sharks.
But your front wheel hasn't touched the ramp
yet.
No. So.
And I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know. What was I going to say? Doesn't matter. My fingernails are growing super fast, too.
Well, you have human growth hormone, right?
Yeah.
So maybe
HGH.
it's making all of the human things on your body grow.
No, but the one that I trim, the one that grows long faster now than ever.
Wait. Your eyelash?
Popping like Glebe.
What?
Your eyelash?
I've always had it. It just keeps growing. I cut it off or I pull it out. I told you, fucking, what's his name, plucked it at the Medal Awards in front of everybody.
I thought
and
it was an eyebrow.
Nah, I've got an eyelash that that's way longer than all the others.
Who was just talking about his buddy that was doing that for the record and then it fell out while he was asleep?
Yeah. Not me. David.
Catherwood, or did I dream that?
It's Catherwood. David, welcome to the show.
Yeah, hey, I was just wondering, I'm a huge fan of the show and a huge fan of Death Death Die. I was wondering if there's ever going to be a chance of a reunion, Death Death Die reunion.
Nah.
That would be about the most surprising thing that could happen.
Yeah, no way. I mean, I said on Christmas Day something about on Twitter, like, if someone can tell Christian, so, I can't remember what I said. Something just like, I don't want anything bad to happen. I hope you're all right. No matter all the bad shit, and just I'm over it. And then somebody sent me a post of what his reply was, and I was like, oh my God.
Oh, was it go fuck yourself?
But it was like, you first of all, you're going to have me on, and you're going to have a full apology, and you're going to have to... I'm like, man, I still don't think that I'm in the wrong. Like, I'm just trying to say that we need to get... I wish we could all get past it. But when I just saw that, I didn't even read the whole thing. I was like, oh my God, you know what? I changed my mind. I still hope nothing but the best for you, but... Fuck.
So you're saying there could be a Death Death Bean album?
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
I really can't. I sensed a lot of aggression still. He seems very, very angry. So that, and as I said, I don't feel like I have any big epiphanies to give him about how I was completely in the wrong, and I didn't. Now I see the light because I feel like you're irrational. So am I, but you're really hard to deal with. And if we could both say we're really hard to deal with, and let's move past that. I'm sorry I was like that. I've worked on myself. Then yeah, but it's just one side is what I've always got. That's why it ended, because I called him. I was like, dude, it shouldn't get like that. It's fucking crazy. And he was like, it's all your fault. Everything is your fault. And I was like, if that's the way you see it, man, there's no way out of this. You know what I mean? If it's just fuck me all the way, then I'm not going to sing when I know fuck me is right behind me the whole time. I don't need to be with the dude that hates me.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of cool that it worked out for as long as it did, but
it was always crazy.
It was always insane, and it merely broke up more times than just the one.
Yeah, there was tons of crazy antics that happened between everybody in it. Well, yeah, everybody. In the end, even Tully got a point where I was like, "Oh my god, dude! No, I don't." You know, it's like I said, I can be blamed easily. You piss me off enough, I'll freak out, and it's not right. And I have admitted that, and I'll probably admit that for the rest of my life. But Tully didn't do anything to make anything bad, and neither did Josh, and both of them were in the shit more than once.
Well, Tully's always an asshole. You know you can expect that from him, though. That's what's good.
At least I don't disguise it.
Not in the band, he wasn't.
Right.
He really wasn't. He was the mediator. He was like, come on, man, you gotta, we're just having fun here, and it was always about, at one point I was like, I don't want to sing these fucking songs. And then, and he was like, well, I want to do this thing, and it was way more serious and way more controlling. I don't think I like that. And then sometimes I'd go over there and he'd be mad at me. I don't know I wasn't sure what I'd done yet. And I was just like, this is a nightmare. And then the whole I got him fired thing, I was like, you motherfucker. Like, okay, you and me don't like each other anymore, sure, but you're going to tell everybody that I live and die for on this show that just make up a whole scenario and just fucking sink it. Just commit to it. Just do 2 years of, I swear to God, Ellis is the worst person ever. He got me fired. I didn't. I just didn't.
Yeah, and neither did I, and I was also fingered as the person who did that, and it's just regrettable to me that I'm not going to go through it point by point, but yeah, the fact that people who I know as longtime listeners and fans of the show and Ellis Mania people would come over and grab me and be like, you're cool, but I think it's really fucked up what you did to Christian.
Yeah.
Well,
people still fucking hate me way more than they hate you, and I
didn't do anything to Christian.
Neither did I.
Anyhow.
So there's the answer to that.
Yeah.
But look, I still, like I said, life is short, man. I don't want anything bad to happen to Christian. I love him. There was a time there where he was friends with my kids. So him talking shit on me on Facebook, it doesn't hurt me. I don't, he didn't stab anybody. So it's just words. He just said some words about me, and if people took it literally and they're like, they now hate Jason Ellis or the show, that's your life, man. There's nothing I can do about it. I just know that I don't want to hate Christian. I don't want to wake up thinking that I hate that guy, and I honestly don't. I wish that one day he would be like, hey man, I'm fucking wigged out and I'm way better now, and that, no band, no, career, just I don't want to be an enemy with a guy that I know that we did have a lot in common at one point.
Yeah, and I'm like weirdly proud of the stuff that we did. I still have a couple of songs on my iPod or whatever, and when it pops up, I'm like, oh yeah, that one. And of course, to me, I'm like, I remember when we recorded that and the conversation that went in that little part and stuff, and that stuff's awesome.
I'm not weirdly proud. I'm straight up proud about it.
I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but the song "Awesome World,"
you have mentioned it a few times.
Is pretty good.
Hey, Robert, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Good. What's up?
Good. Hey, I'm calling to thank you for the mini bike that I won, a week back.
The Coleman Power Sports bike.
Yes, sir.
You won it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for it. I appreciate it. It's an awesome ride.
Oh, cool, man. Good to know you're out there using it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So yeah, there's going to be a place where we can have all people that listen to the show, they can all come on the weekend, and we're going to have a giant race on Coleman Power Sport tricycles in the near future. It's going to be wicked ace.
Tricycles are
I'm
awesome.
not sure if I was gonna go to. I didn't know that Edmonton, Alberta, is like really, really far away, and that right now it costs $2,000 to get a fucking plane ticket there and back. It's a little bit crazy, right?
That is insane.
To do 5 minutes of stand up, but at the same time also attempt a 360 at the second biggest mall in the world.
I know that you would really like to go.
Tully had a great. He always has an interesting theory. He was like, "Well, you don't. What about if you just went another day, so it wasn't so expensive?" I was like, "There you go again, Tully, using that wit and charm." No, he's using the brain. And so yeah, maybe because now I'm seeing a bunch of people DM me freaking out. Is it true you're gonna be there? So now I'm like, fuck. Now I really want to go because now I'm starting to think that really people in the Burts really do listen to the show. And if I went, if I'm like, fuck yeah, you did it. So now I feel like I'm obligated to go. And then Katie was like, if you left Friday, because otherwise you won't even make it to the, because it's like it takes like 6 or 7 hours to get there because there's no direct flights and all this other shit.
Look,
it could be done.
We can't. We've been talking about doing a thing there for a long time, and I believe people are. That's still like a thing that's. I'm not saying anybody. It's on top of the pile of anybody's desk right now, but I believe that's still a thing that people are interested in making happen. Andrew is not here because
he died.
Both deceased and
fired.
But when he's back on Monday,
yeah,
I think we should take it up with him. And my job comes before my life
family
reason, of course, but. There's a baby coming for me at like August 1, so I would love to make this happen. I would love to go to Canada anytime, but if I had my choice, it wouldn't be in the dead of winter. So I would love to make it a priority to go there between now and August. And I believe that should be enough time for us to pull that off.
It also seems like SiriusXM Canada might chip in to, get you guys in a couple of spots around Canada.
So many negative things I had to say just now. I agree, Will.
There you go, Jason. Positivity. Will it into being.
I'm still just going to go. Because I don't believe any of you. I want to go and see everybody. I really want to go ice skating. And I think it'd be weird to be by myself. I'm never by myself anymore.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Like full on solo?
Yeah, it's good.
I don't do that.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah,
I do that as much as possible.
Yeah, I don't.
I actually find it gets easier and easier as time goes on because the days really do pass faster. Like a whole day used to seem like such a big thing, and now a day is just
gone.
It's not as big of a commitment a day as it used to be.
Because I find as you get older, the days are long and the years are short.
Wow.
Sounds like a Johnny Cash song.
Is it?
It might be. The days are long, but the years are short.
This is where our band's going. We're going to have a reconcile differences before we start. No, I'm actually okay with that song.
I was kind of doing Tom Waits. They're more than Johnny Cash.
I'll be a part of that song.
But the days are long.
We'll always get a gig at the Hard Rock. What? Not everybody can say that.
Per year.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Speaking of legendary musicians, Katy Perry kissed a man.
I saw her
on
doing
American Idol.
And she liked it?
But he did not.
Wait, what?
Yep. I saw this and I didn't know that there was an after to it. And that is that this guy was auditioning. She is a judge.
Yeah.
And... She's in a position of power, Jason.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, she's trying to use her sexuality.
Is that what the guy's doing? He's trying to say that he was...
He didn't want his first kiss to be like that.
Wait, first kiss? What do you mean? Like, did she tongue him?
He had never kissed a girl.
And he told her that?
And first... he gave her a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, no, you didn't do it right. Do it again. And when he went in for the second one, turned her face around so it was on the lips.
And why are they kissing each other in the first place?
I mean, turn this around. If this was a dude on American Idol...
Okay, turn this around. No, turn this around and say it was a dude who is a sex symbol. Like a Adam Levine.
I don't care.
Well, I think it's
Turn
different.
around and say it's Harvey Weinstein.
Let me finish.
Dude, he's powerful.
No, he's fucking gross. If on TV, if there's a singer who looks up to if Adam Levine and you're a fucking singer auditioning a girl, you think he's awesome, and he's cute, so he's 2. You might not be you might not be your favorite, just like Katy Perry might not be dude's favorite, but she's still Katy Perry. So you think that it's a kiss that is wanted. So I could see Adam Levine kissing a girl. I mean, the dude's of age; he's not underage, right?
Yeah.
This kid was like.
I agree. Look, I don't know how.
If Adam Levine kissed a 23-year-old girl on the cheek.
Let's see the kiss here.
Okay, he's laughing.
Well,
he looks delighted.
Yeah, I don't know how much you can. He's also in front of TV cameras on ABC. There's so many factors that go into that.
Yeah.
Look. Okay, so what happened is Luke Bryan, the country singer, human trucker hat, said to him, "Have you kissed a girl and liked it?" And he said, "No, I've never been in a relationship. I can't kiss a girl without being in a relationship."
Oh.
Her eyes widened.
Oh, it's a religion thing.
And she exclaimed, "Really?" and said, "Come here." And then she pointed to the cheek, and he said, "What on the cheek?" And then
isn't she religious?
She was. I don't know if she still is.
Yeah, but even if she is, she could have
none, so she could have her house.
Right.
She could be religious and still not have the same beliefs as the guy does. But obviously, he's one of those. I'm holding out for.
No,
marriage
but she
guys.
murdered a nun the other day. Tully's got a point. So yeah, when she found out this guy was religious, obviously she's a Satanist and wanted to inflict harm on him.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got to chat. I hope you all realise that we're near the end, and Katy Perry is the Antichrist, and that she is killing nuns. Taking the innocence away from the innocent. What's next?
Katy Perry cat. A cat is a beast.
What's
cat?
Her ex-husband looks like Jesus.
That album had 13 songs on it.
Notice how the dude that looked like Jesus instantly became non-famous after he left her because he no longer had the beasts.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is.
It all works out. Look, we're talking about, here are things that 99.99% of people would welcome, and if we stop doing things that 99.99% of people would welcome because 0.01 are going to be mildly offended by it,
right.
We're going to save some hurt feelings, and we're going to lose a vast amount of joy.
Yeah.
That's a safe bet.
Hey, I'm not...
She made a safe bet and she lost.
Well...
That happens sometimes with the safest of bets.
I disagree.
I think she's a bad person.
The guy said, I haven't kissed anybody because I'm not going to do that
But she put her cheek out and he went over and kissed her on the cheek.
Fine.
So if he didn't want to...
Maybe he's an anal virgin, too.
But if he didn't want to kiss her at all, there was your... Because the second one where she tricked him and got him on the lips, maybe you've got an argument. But the first one, you leaned over and kissed her on the cheek.
Totally fine.
What the fuck you leaning over and kiss her on the cheek again? Why kiss her a second time if you don't want to kiss anybody? You're some weird-ass religious guy that wants to kiss relationship.
Because
whatever the fuck is in your head.
On TV.
Why are you kissing her over and over again?
He's on TV.
Stand up for yourself.
Powerful people who are like, hey, kiss me. Okay, I can do that. I can kiss her on the cheek.
All right, change my mind then. So she should be prosecuted.
And maybe you don't think that, whatever person is gross, but...
Law and Order CSI.
Or whatever, but I'm not saying that she should be prosecuted or anything. I'm just saying that, people do have a different view of this if it's a male doing that. How old is the guy?
Me and Tully don't think so. Because I'm saying...
I think...
So Lionel Richie says, come give me a kiss.
No, not Lionel Richie. It has to be the same. Adam Levine counts. If Adam Levine does that to a girl...
And she says, I don't kiss anybody because I don't believe in that until I'm married. And then he goes, oh, and
give me a kiss on the cheek.
Lips in there. And yeah,
and says, and she goes over there?
Yeah, and then he turns and puts his lips on her.
You're not telling the truth. You're not telling the truth. This is no way this guy said that I don't kiss anybody, and she said, "Oh yeah, come over here and kiss me." There's no way that it works out that way.
Wait, what did the article say?
The article lies. Watch the video, because I find that hard to believe that the other two guys. Lionel Richie's a really nice person. I know people that know him well. he would be like encouraging a Christian guy that was like, I don't want to kiss anybody unless I'm in a relationship.
No, but
he
on
would
the cheek, it's not the same.
he would encourage him to come over and kiss Katy Perry.
On the cheek, yes. That's not the same.
No.
Kissing on the lips is the problem.
We're arguing about a thing that we never watched, and we're getting it third hand. So the argument doesn't even. We
I'm
shouldn't
just
be doing
saying
it.
that he.
Watch the video first.
Okay.
This argument will be settled on tomorrow's show after me and Will watch the video.
All right.
Because we don't have time for that fucking video right now. Or do we? How long does it go for?
Can we just hear the part where he describes? Okay.
No, but before the kissing
when he
part.
explains about kissing.
Well, I think if you go to the kiss, you can safely go back about 30 seconds.
Wait,
go backwards.
Like, Lionel's giving him a hug.
It's before that, then, too.
Oh, they
Yeah,
this
yeah.
already happened. Man, she's got way too much makeup on, even for TV. Oh, okay, pause it. See, that changes things a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say, no, I've never kissed a girl. I can't kiss a girl without being in a relationship. He said, no, I've never kissed a girl. I mean, I can't kiss a girl if I haven't been in a relationship.
Right,
Which
he was
to me,
asking
the
for
clear clear. No, and I understand on paper.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with how you're taking it, but I agreed with. I understood your interpretation, and I think you probably would change the way you feel about it a little bit because the intonation implies something slightly different. Actually, something very different.
Absolutely, except you have to admit that he was tricked into doing something.
But then as soon as he comes in straight away, like he's coming
sexual.
in, right?
You have to kiss her on the cheek.
Okay, we'll play it.
Play it.
He's like, can I really? He's like awestruck. Look, he's pumped. Look, on the cheek, he wanted the lips. And he didn't...
Let me start over, he says, Will.
Okay, this is...
Yeah, that guy wanted it.
Really? Are you lying right now, or are you...
No, I'm not lying, but I'm still saying...
Tully, foolproof legal defense.
No, see, that's...
It's a lot more innocent when you watch the tape than when you hear the report.
100%. However, you shouldn't be tricking people into doing anything that's sexual.
That wasn't... Kiss your mom on the fucking lips!
No, don't.
People kiss their dogs on the lips.
I don't kiss my mom on the lips.
Wait, are you making me...
Sorry, don't drag it out of me.
I open my mouth on your mom when we make it. Now you're making me feel weird that I kissed my mom on the lips.
Dude, fucking Paul McCartney does that to a girl in 1965. It's the most adorable thing any Beatle ever fucking
while his kid stands up in the front seat without a seatbelt on.
David Lee Roth does it in 1980, and it's the awesomest thing ever. Like, through the ages. Okay, nobody wanted to kiss Kurt Cobain, but the point still stands.
Yes, they did.
The point still stands that this is... you never would have heard about it back then.
That was a funny...
It would have been somebody's friend going, you know, my friend is the one who kissed Paul McCartney. You know, the weird thing is every single girl in the world wanted that. She actually kind of didn't because she was a religious freak.
Yeah, look. That whole thing that we just watched was completely innocent fun.
Do you think that it was more...
It was not fun.
All I'm saying is...
He wants money.
No, what I'm saying is that if the roles were reversed...
Wait, did he get picked to Hollywood or did he get denied?
No, I don't think he's going anywhere.
Right,
No.
so there's another big tell. I bet you if he was going to Hollywood, he wouldn't be so pissed about that kiss.
I'm just saying if the roles were reversed, I think people might have issue with it.
And as I stated, and we have that Adam Levine can do it, and Paul McCartney did it, and that's the end of it. You're wrong.
And there's a double standard, and people always say double standard as if that's automatically a bad thing. Double standards are very useful for examining. Well, would you feel any different?
Exactly.
But it doesn't fucking change the rules. Like I said the other day, some comic I saw, I think, was talking about how he brings his son to the gym and gives it to the lady in the kids club, and the lady in the kids club goes, "There's my little boyfriend, come over here and give me my hug," and that is fucking totally cool with me. If the genders are reversed, not cool at all.
Right.
Double standard, completely acceptable.
I agree, and that's the point I was making, is that there is a double standard which works. And I'm saying people would have a problem with it if the roles reversed, especially right now with the Me Too world that we're living in.
Maybe now. I bet you I could find a picture of John Bond just like sucking face with a fan in the front row in 1986. People going crazy, and her thinking that was the greatest day of her life.
No, well, of course you can find that.
Because it's awesome.
I feel like we've learned a lot, right?
We all want to make that.
America.
Yeah.
Mike, welcome to the show.
Where's the tassels?
Hey, I just wanted to make sure you guys listen to the rest of that video, because that kid, even though he might have got tricked into kissing Katy Perry at the end, when they interviewed him, he was talking about how he had some bragging rights to be able to go back and tell everybody that he kissed Katy Perry. So I don't think he was, hurt that bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Thanks,
is he
Dave.
complaining about it now? Is that what the story is?
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta find. I deleted the file. Here we go. Off of that paragon of impartial journalism, Huffington Post.
Yes, there's just straight down the middle. They report,
Would
we
I
decide.
have done it if she had said, "Would you kiss me?" No, I would have said no. He added that he didn't feel sexually harassed by Katy Perry in the audition, which was recorded earlier. I know a lot of guys would be like, heck yeah, but for me, I was raised in a conservative family, and I was uncomfortable immediately. I wanted my first kiss to be special.
It is special.
That is pretty special.
Yeah, it's not going to get more special than that.
I'm not a
Yeah,
Katy
can
Perry
match it,
fan,
Benjamin.
but he's very sheltered.
Yeah, if I don't get my bunghole tongue done, it's not counted as a
doesn't
make
count.
out. Yeah. Don't die.
Oh boy. So are you going to end up going to Canada or not? I mean,
know.
like this weekend or whatever?
Probably not.